Happy Easter indeed. Hello, everyone. How is your day? Welcome to the stream. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good day. Good morning. Good whatever time zone it is for you. You've now entered the Hammer ASMR. You can find only the best content, the best material, and the best welcome known to man. Have you come for Paladins? Or possibly the stream? Who knows, but we love you all the same. See how long it takes for me to scream? Bro, I'm about that noise. I'm about that noise. Let me just catch up here, because like we had about 1 billion hosts already. Vanilla Biscotti, Pure Weeb Sauce, Lilicor Laughs, Ivo, OFC, Poochie Moochie, Senapa Tarkov God, Madly Glue, Downward Owl, AK Guns for Days, Magnificent, Love Mitt, Three Fat Samurai, and Antoine. Welcome. Thank you for showing us off out there in the world. We appreciate you. How's everybody doing out there? How's the day? Hope everyone's swiftly, healthfully fantastic. Which, huge shout out to LoveMit. Actually, one of our newest members of the Streamy Teamy. Hello, Golden. How you doing? Immortal Scar, thank you so much for the stickers. And to everyone else, Lilicor Laughs, Pure Weeb Sauce, Andrew, AJ with the little emoji action, some GGs, some blue mixer hearts. Tech Junkie. We're going to be starting with just a couple games of Paladins to get going. And then we're going to be going through, hey, what's up, Swift? Hello. How's it going? And then we're going to be going through with some more fun, doing the interview, and then back to Paladins or Jackbox. Who knows? Who knows? We're going to have some fun. It's going to be great. Chatbot, thank you for auto-hosting us. That's my shameless one. That's my shameless hosting right there. Put on a happy face, everyone. It's Sunday, it's Easter, and here we are having fun again today on another amazing community day with all of you beautiful people. Hello. Egg. Hello, Egg. You got me hooked on Paladins. Swift, I'm happy you're here. I'm happy you're hooked on Paladins. I'm happy you can enjoy some games with us. Tech Junkie, thank you so much for all those smiley faces. I appreciate it. I wish I'd played Paladins for as long as I've known about it. Hello, Mandini. Happy Easter. Good to see you here, Mandini. I hope you're doing well. High-level characters are cool to have. And now for more comfort and joy. All right, Sherlock, if you're going to sit here, you have to, like, sit down, though. Don't touch the microphone. I can see you literally smelling it and trying to push on it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Tech Junkie with that hosty, thank you so much. Fargo Renegade with that host, greatly appreciate it. Welcome everyone, thank you so much for all the hosting. Highly beneficial, incredibly helpful. Showing us off out there on the Mixer side of the world. On the Mixer side of the world, you've come to know the greatest place to man. I love how you timed that, Golden Legacy. Like literally threw that up along with hitting the button at the same time. If you've ever questioned the validity of a person, Golden Legacy has fulfilled every dream and aspiration you could have imagined by creating the perfectly timed experience for you. I've known about Paladins since maybe 2016, 2017. I mean, they've had a beta for a long time. I believe it came out in 2015 in beta. No, sorry. That's not right. The official release was 2018. But the beta release, I believe, was 2016, I think. Beta lasted for 5 years. Wait, really? Punk Rock, thank you so much for that host. I couldn't find any information on when the beta actually started. I could not get any information. Zero information. Let's not joke about that. Like, that's not... Can't have that. We're open lobby right now for, like I said, we're doing 2 matches pretty much. And then we'll be doing our interview. Hey, buddy, you can't attack my microphone, okay? Or my cables or my headset or anything like that, okay? Not good for you. There's electrical stuff in there. That's not healthy. Can't do that. But we're open right now. We're open currently, and then like I said, we've got an interview going live at in about 45 minutes. So basically about 2 matches. Buddy, all right, I'm going to have you to stop now. I'm going to stick you over on cat camera zone. Hopefully you stay so that way we can turn on the cat camera because you're adorable. You just stay there, buddy. Redneck, thank you so much for the follow. Greatly appreciate that. Welcome to the Vault, and thank you for becoming a Vault Dweller. Super fantastic to have you. How's your day, Redneck? Welcome. Welcome. Happy to have everyone here. I'm ready to slaughter. Who are we inviting right now? Do we have anyone who's trying to play? I assume Golden Legacy that you're trying to play. I assume that's accurate. I could play. It's a possibility that I could play. Do we have anyone else out there who's trying to play right now? Please speak now or possibly end up playing later. If you'd like. It's up to you. Do whatever you choose. We're open to it. We're open to everything. I could as well. Awesome. Well, we'll pick you up, Scar. And I guess we'll pick up Golden Legacy because... Oh, you've already got the little icon for Terminus. That's so cute. I could play. Swift, are you that one kid? Or are you just not online? Because I don't remember your name. It crashed my freaking Paladins twice. And I'm scared to try and get rid of it. Oh. Yikes. Well, yikes. I'm sorry it crashed your game. Swift, do I have you in here yet? Have I added you yet? Swift Clips. Swift Clips. On it. On it. On it. I sent a requesty testy. I believe you have to log in and then accept it before I can invite you. And then we will invite you. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. I'm really, really excited for this interview. Admittedly. Incredibly excited. I put it on just to test God. Wait, what? Put what on? Oh, well, Swift Clips is in. Oh, and they accepted. Nice. Oh. The Terminister. Yeah. I feel it. I feel it. It's all about giving a little testy. All right, what do I have to do for my challenges? We finished that healing one. Oh, I have to do Combat Medic Pip. I can get that done and then start working on Ying. Game officially went into open beta in 2016. Nice. So technically it did come... Wait, open beta. What about closed beta alpha? Like playable game when people could start actually playing the game.
Team deathmatch.
No, I'm good. I'm good. You don't have to do that. I'm just focusing on, you know, finishing challenges out. I I've got just 6 left. Basically, overall heals, overall shielding, Pip healing as combat medic, Ying's kills. Sorry, Ying and her kills with Illusionary Rift, play 1 match as Ying, and then something else. I can't remember what it was. But there was one other thing that I had to do, which we still have to play this game. We still have to go through and play Zombie Army Trilogy 4. I know that's weird saying that, but like Zombie Army 4, the trilogy of the Zombie Army, playing the 4th iteration of that title. Karma-san, thank you so much for the host. Greatly appreciate that. Thank you for showing us off out there in the Mixer world to make sure we see all the more beautiful faces and put some smiles out there. We all just in game chat, we can be. Let me swap things around here. Cat's out here screwing with stuff, so gotta be a little careful. We should be live and well. Oh, we're ready for it. Hey, what's up, Panic Haddock? How you doing, Panic? Welcome back to the stream. Happy to have you back here in the vault hanging out with us. How's your day? How's your beautiful day? Me and Scar should go tanks to help with your heal adventures. No, not a requirement, Golden. Like I said, we're just trying to focus on getting combat medic with Pip. Super easy stuff, dude. No big concern. I mean, everything of course helps, but it's literally not an issue. We're just trying to complete challenges. No one has to do anything in specific. The only thing I have to... Nice. Online with friends. Awesome. Well, we're happy you're here. And we're happy to call you a friend as well, Panic. Happy to have you back here in the vault hanging with us. It's going to be a great day. We've got an interview planned in about 40 minutes. We've got AOD Insane himself coming to chat with us, which is great. I'm excited. I'm incredibly excited to have that up to make sure in case he messages me. He said he's working on some stuff and that he'll be on as soon as he can.
Ein Gegner hat erstes Blut vergossen.
My thanks, healer.
I did most of that.
Behind us! Time heals all.
Nice.
Too fast.
Why are you shooting at me? They're behind us.
Oh.
Is that your...
Oh. But. Oh. Oh. Dead zone. Dead zone. Yeah, this will be easy. Where's Rom? Oh, I'm not gonna get to him. Yep.
You're already dead.
Oh, you're literally dead. Oh, Shep. Saris, kill them with me. So, has anyone swapped to anything different in terms of what they've been playing lately?
You've kept me in this realm. Twilight
Nice.
reigns.
Make it rain. You're too kind.
All right, I got that little explosive thing done. I don't know where you are. I can't see you. Yeah, I couldn't see with the other thing going on.
Ein Gegner hat eine Mordserie.
All right, trying to group back up. We all got flabbergasted on apparently. But yeah, I don't know what everyone's going to want to play. We'll have to make up our minds based off of, you know, who all's here. But a lot of times I like to do Jackbox to close it out because then everyone can get involved. There's not a question of how many people can we rotate in, how many people can we rotate out. So if we have a ton of people that want to play Jackbox, like, then great. I know it can be a little bit hard, obviously with Easter, especially. Like, not everyone's going to be available or free, so...
Die already.
Time to take charge.
Ein Gegner
Oh.
verfällt in Raserei. Gegnerischer Double Kill. Ein
Dude, I'm
Gegner
excited.
hat eine Mordserie.
We're, I was talking about Magnificent, or sorry, talking with Magnificent about getting a different mic stand. And then I won't have to worry about it. Even if it gets tapped or anything like that, I won't have to worry about it. So I'm pretty excited. It's gonna be awesome. Improve the stream quality just a little bit. Don't have to worry about the cats coming up and bumping into it as much. One little tap and this thing goes flying, so... Alright, so I'm on my way over to try and heal Saris. I'm trying. He's got dead zone. He's hitting you with continuously clips. Can't see emoji. Nice, nice.
That's the stuff. Gotta go.
She's actually great for team heals, but she's bad for solos.
Time to take charge.
And she's not a great support. So like she's a decent healer, but she's not a good support class. So like, you know, Furia has stuns and things like that that actually help the rest of the team. And Saris has a lower heal distance. Yeah, but like it's not an inherent ability. Like you have to run that whole talent build. At that point, you're not running. If you're not running the increased distance for heals, then that actually that screws that up even more. Like you have to stay on point. So Furia, you can be almost any distance and heal. So that's the only reason I like Furia over Saris is because you can be way outside of the group and heal from way far back in the back and not have to worry about Jack squad. I couldn't get to you.
Gegnerischer Double Kill.
Too fast.
Ein Gegner
Ooh.
verfällt in Raserei.
Ooh.
Gegnerischer Double Kill.
See what happens.
You're already dead.
Step into the light. It's Terran.
Nice. I'm getting hit from behind.
Ein Gegner hat eine
Time
Mordserie.
to take charge.
Ein Gegner ist unaufhaltbar.
All right. Oh, did I ever swap? Oh, no one ever told me. No one ever told me that I didn't swap over. I'm sorry, guys. I want you to let me know. That's my bad. I would've swapified it.
Bring it on.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm liking it. I don't like Pip so much, but I am liking being a healer in comparison. I still think I'm a better damage than I am a healer, better damage than I am a tank, but yeah, that's not a problem. She's gonna come after me though.
I did most of that.
She's got dead zone on tank. All right, there we go. There we go.
Gotta go.
I have you now. Nice shot. They're behind us.
You're already dead.
Oh,
Gegnerischer Double Kill.
I would definitely agree with that though.
They're attacking our back.
Too fast. Behind us.
Not currently. There's no cat in it. There's nothing going on over there right now. So there's unfortunately no cat cam because there's no cat. I apologize. I wish there was.
Perish.
I mean, the cats exist. They just don't exist there currently.
Ein Gegner ist unaufhaltbar.
Ooh, that trick shot. I got most of my homework done though. Nice. What homework did you have to do today? Or over the weekend? I'm dead.
Aus und vorbei.
Nice. Nice. That was good. It's a nice little TDM match to start the day. Oh, Bruiser. That one in. That one in. Wait, don't we have to do 2 in a row in order to get the Easter Terminus or whatever? Pretty sure you have to do 2 in a row in order to get the Easter Terminus. Where's my Pip challenge? 23 more thousand heals as Pip. Get a triple kill as Rom. The 2 things is Ying. Now I just got to write a paper, a big chunk of a book, and do 2 more minor assignments on the book. What book? I haven't read a good book in a long time. I feel like I'm missing out. The Poisonwood Bible? That's new. What's that about? Never mind, you're writing an essay about it.
Team Deathmatch. Wähle deinen Champion.
I'm just interested. I gotta look at it.
Kleider.
Missionary Family Prices, Standard Georgia, the Jeff Kalanga, and the Belgian Congo. All right. I'm actually a writer trying to write a book. Oh, well, that's good.
It's about time.
What category are you writing in currently? Is it like science fiction or like novella or, you know, like what is it? Fantasy. Nice. Is it like more like children's fantasy, like, you know, like a Harry Potter, or RWBY? What is RWBY?
Check. Dashing good looks? Check. And world-renowned skill? Check.
Is it an anime?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Auf in den Kampf.
Oh, dude, I remember when Rooster Teeth was just starting out. It's been so long. I was in high school when they made their first video about the Mac and throwing the Mac away. God, it's been so long.
Erstes gegnerischer Double Kill.
Never give up.
It's your aim down sight sensitivity. It's not a glitch. It happens to me when I play Strix. I have the same issue. It's one of the reasons I don't play Strix.
Ein Gegner hat eine Mordserie.
Need to find cover. I did most of that. Die already.
Come here. There you go. There you go. The writing is as good as throwing a Mac out the window. Some people would accept it in a heartbeat. Some people are more logical and think that's stupid. I mean, like, throwing out the Mac can be a logical play. Yeah, but like, it's not the Mac that's the problem. It's the throwing out the computer that's the problem. The problem is it.
Ein Gegner hat eine
No, but it's just like, you can't really do anything to help a Mac unless it's just like simple software solutions. Which is horrible because they're built off of the premise of destruction. I think I screwed up that Sky's life. I feel bad.
Bring it on.
Which, it's great to have you back, by the way, Maid. Happy to have you back here in the vault, hanging out with us.
Well played.
Out. Hey! But I'm as cynical as heck, so take it with a grain of salt. No! I mean, cynical, not cynical, that's not necessarily the point. I'm just... There's something to be said about trying to fix stuff, and we're just not a society that really fixes things anymore, which is just, it's sad. Cars are a little bit more still in that premise, and sometimes not even.
I did most of that. This is interesting.
Oh, that was good. Oh.
Gotta go.
I mean, if you like it, you like it.
Time to take charge.
That's the way that I look at it. If you like something enough, which you would have to in order to take reference to it and then use it for a lot of inspiration to write your own work, it's got to be good. And even if you view it to be, you know, great, and no one else really seems to, like, it's got to be good enough to take inspiration from. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
Gewonnen. Gar nicht übel.
Probably have time for about one more real quick. Might be able to play a siege match or something before it gets too crazy in here. All right, what's this message? So what's the overall, like, the overarching theme of Ruby? That's not good. That's pretty fun though, Scar. It really is. I really like Willow. Oh my god, 5K? Painful. $5K? $5K? The sadder people are, the worse everything is. Well, I mean, isn't that pretty much life?
Wähle einen Champion.
Pip.
Kleider machen Leute. Wähle
I feel like that's pretty much the gist of life. How you doing, Chalvsy? How's it going? How's your day? Gotta whip out the Buck Wild. Okay. Show's characters are all over the place, so it's super unclear. I feel it. I feel it. Sometimes it gets that way. I'm the cream of the crop. The main author passed away in season 3, so everything went downhill from there. That sucks. I love how, like, everyone's all on the whole season 3 thing.
When do we get paid? After
I'm
we
sure
win?
it doesn't help. Oh, where's my Discord? I gotta open that back up. Just...
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Los geht's.
Still need combat medic.
Steht kurz bevor.
Run Chronos. Just get it done.
Heavy. Probably expensive.
Erstes Blut.
I can't right now. I did know so bad. Here's the catalyst.
Those are 2 clutch heals on Drogos. This is the only reason I think I'm decent with Pip. Otherwise, I think Pip would be a bad healer or a worse healer, is because of the arcing shots that you have to pull off in order to catch people.
Well played.
They're not fast enough. I mean, with Fury, I literally just... Oh, yeah. But, I mean, with Fury, I just hold down the button and it automatically heals them, so, like, they're better healers. Ooh. Yes. Ooh. Point and click adventure Furia. Exactly. You just literally pull the trigger and it wins. There's nothing else you have to really worry about.
I already. I did know so bad.
You're good.
Mr. Torg Shots, Mr. Torgy Shots.
Ein Gegner hat eine Mordserie.
No problem. Ooh. Did you just fist the chicken?
Ein Gegner hat eine Mordserie.
Too fast.
Go, Ziggs!
If anyone wants to try and help, that would be fine.
In Raserei.
Sounds like a bad Newgrounds trend. Wait, Newgrounds? Wow, first off. Second off. Second off. No, yeah, yeah. I'd happen to use my ult the same time he was using his ult, and, you know, chaos ensues.
Played. Hey, that really stings.
Ow, ow.
Gotta go.
Time to take charge!
Trying to heal if you quit running. There we go.
Gewonnen.
Nice.
Gar nicht übel.
Oh yeah, no big deal. It's just TDM. Wow, that was a while. Oh, nice. Dude, 3D Realms put up a bunch of codes for Ion Fury and Wrath Aeon of Ruin. That was legit. That's pretty awesome. Oh, well. Right? Just sent a message out to Insane to see if he's ready to swap over, but I don't know if he's good yet. He said his son's going down for a nap at 2 o'clock, so I might just try and play one more match and see what happens. I'll run my Ying match, try and get that one done.
Team Deathmatch. Wähle deinen Champion. Kleider machen Leute. Wähle dein Outfit.
Out here predicting the future, Maid. Yeah. I was only playing TDM because we're supposed to have an interview at 3 o'clock Eastern. So I need short matches. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. Because I don't know exactly when they're supposed to be on and live, but I need to be prepared for it for whenever it does happen. So if we get stuck in like a 3v3 or a 3v3 match where it's literally like 3 rounds apiece, that's just not going to be healthy. It's going to take too long.
Why are we sitting around when our friends are in trouble?
Oh, we do interviews typically every Wednesday and every Sunday. We do interviews typically every Wednesday and every Sunday. And we try and do that to, you know, grow the community and find out kind of different things about becoming a streamer, what challenges a person might run into, and then just some of the other aspects. So we've been doing it for the past probably about 2 weeks, just about every single Wednesday, every Sunday. We've only missed one because we just didn't have one lined up. Oh, cat cam. Natural cat cam action. Oh, natural. Pure Sherlock cat cam.
Don't hesitate to ask.
Ooh. Hi, Sherlock. I love how like everyone pops up at the same time.
Group up.
Fünf,
like where this is
4.
Oh, I was supposed to do morale boost so that way I could run Illusionary Rift as much as possible.
Lass die Spiele beginnen.
I'm gonna try and see if I can pull off kills.
Mach dich bereit für den Kampf. Ein Gegner hat erstes Blut vergossen.
I almost had him, but then I got hit by the Strix. Oh, where is he? Yeah, dude, I play ground Drogos. The Kinessa and the Strix are what's hurting me. I can't get to them. Not so phase. Fourth.
Ein Gegner hat eine Mordserie. Ein Gegner hat eine Mordserie.
I'm going around. There's no point on us camping long. They're trying to force us into camping long. It's just gonna get us killed.
Flash out.
Take charge. Our bond grows stronger.
No, I need that kill. Nice.
Double kill.
Nice. Catastrophe, thank you so much for that host. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for showing us off out there on Mixer. We appreciate you. Catastrophe is another one of... Yo, bro, you ready? Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm trying to see if... Insane's still not up yet. I think he's trying to put his sun down. Bro, I'm ready for the hype. Are you ready for the hype? Oh, I guess we are ready for the hype. But yeah, he's still, I guess he's trying to put his son down for the nap. Wow. Unbelievable. Thank you guys. Greatly appreciate that. Huge shout out. Holy crap. It's Kelt, right? Wow. Yeah, it's definitely, wow. It's definitely today. We're just waiting for him to make sure his son gets his nap. Oh, that's my face. Wow. Wow. Walls of hype, guys. Don't. No, you're not allowed to have kills. What are you thinking? Yeah, like what the hell, man? Holy flap! Holy shepping shepper. Hey, excuse me, sir? Excuse me, could you not... Could you just die, though? Ember party, booming it up. Booming all the boom. Let's go, Pepple. Oh, that's a grenade. Oh, those are grenades. Holy flap. Bro, it's hype in here. Everyone's bringing that full hype action. What's up, Nessa? How you, Ness? Oh, Nesses. That's for sure. Wow. Wow. Dude, Kelt. Kelt, thank you so much. Entirely unnecessary. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for that ember drop. Ooh, when you blast the blasty blast last round. Amping it. I'm ready. Making the rounds, hyping everyone up, getting hyped. Well, we appreciate it, Salty. How are you doing today? Thank you for stopping by, and thank you so much for the support. Very unreal. Thank you. Huge shout out. Do we have any mods that we can get a shout out for the Salty out here? Anyone? I'll get on it. Had a frustrating Paladin stream, so sweaty. Bro, I'm all about the full sweat, man. I love a full sweat. I love a good sweating. You gotta sweat it out sometimes. There we go. I'll just... Huge shout out to Salty for dropping it in hot, bringing the Ember hype to the stream. We're still waiting. Yeah, but 2 hours straight of all sweat? That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. Dude, this morning I played ranked matches in Apex and we won 3 back-to-back. Loved it. Loved it. I love me a good Apex game. I miss it. I miss it. Let's get insane hype. Well, he's still AFK right now. I think he's still waiting for his son to take his nap. But we're still also trying to figure out what we're going to end up playing. If we're going to end up playing Paladins, it depends on who's here, or if we're going to end up playing Jackbox. So, I mean, whatever people are interested in, we're just going to deliver, and everyone's going to have a good time. So, you know, I'm ready. Sleepy kitty. Slept out cat. Sleppin' shep. Yesterday wasn't bad. Today was hungry. Every match had to go kill some zombies and take a break. I feel it. I feel it. So by zombies, what kind of zombies are you playing? Had a good 20-hour stream the other day. Was lit. Dude, 20-hour stream is unreal. Oh, World War Z. Gotta go, but thank you for the games. I'll jump back in later in the stream. Thank you, Swift. Greatly appreciate that, host. Feel free. Leave a tab open if you can. Help us out. Help us reach some faces out there in the world. We always appreciate the support. Thanks for playing along with us. What is this? Oh. AOD shouting us out on Twitter. Out on the Twitterverse. Man, where is he? I'm sitting here just staring at my Discord, waiting for him to pop up. Nothing's popped up yet. Nothing's here. Let me, I guess, screw around here for a second while we're waiting. So I need one more triple kill as Rom. I need 98k more heals, 136 more shield, 10 illusionary kills as Ying. Oh, and hello, Antoine. Welcome. There's your lights. That's your light show. On entry, bro. Thanks, Smurf, though. It's all Smurf. Smurf did all that hype. I think he's still out there. I think he was AFK. He came in. He came in and said, what did he say, second or something like that? And then just promptly disappeared again. Oh, good to go. All right, so we're going to transition. Let me make a call here. And we're we're just gonna pause the music. We're also gonna drop down where them where's that bot? Alright, so this has got to go inactive. And this is gonna go home for now. We're gonna do that. Alright, so we're just waiting here. Alright. Now I gotta swap over to, I gotta swap. Oh, I hear someone. Oh, I hear someone. Oh, you're here. Oh, you're definitely here. That's doing something. Oh, no. Wait. Question for you. Do you have your Streamlabs open? Okay, so then that wouldn't kill that. I mean, at worst, we could do it where it's just audio, but I mean, everyone always loves a clean face, you know what I mean? No, you're sexy, Deputy Dad. Do you know how to find your settings on Discord? We so want to see his face. Okay. All right. All right, we're going to make it happen. We're going to get his face in here. Insanes. It's in the description. His name's in the description. It's the sexy beard, which he must use some sort of product to keep it so sexy. I think, if I recall, Burley Brothers also gave us some sort of Twitter retweet. I don't know. Does it showcase in voice and video and app settings that you do actually have the... Oh, okay. Have you restarted it? Have you restarted Discord since you Deputy Dad? Thank you. Try and do that, and then just call me back as soon as you're in. Yeah. All right, guys. I apologize. Working out some technical difficulties. Chemo the Gamer, thank you so much for that follow. Greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Vault, and thank you for becoming a Vault Dweller. As stated, we're just kind of working on some stuff here, trying to make sure everything's all up and functional. We're going to be doing an interview. Hello, how are you doing, Chemo? We're going to be doing an interview with AOD Insane himself, asking him a handful of questions. Obviously, we're going to be taking some audience questions like we normally do throughout the stream. So if anyone has any interest, please feel free. Try and think of some things that, you might want to ask. I'm fantastic. Thank you for inquiring. Appreciate that you're here. Thanks for stopping by the stream. We're having some fun today. And then we're going to get back to doing Community Day. Get back to playing some games. It depends on what everyone wants to do, but we'll definitely get into it for sure. There we go. There's a face. Why is it frozen? Oh, wow. Oh, it's good. Well, I was genuinely worried. I wanted to say. No, it's okay. We're good. I'm fantastic. All right, now let me get that beautiful face in here. Let me just, how can I, there we go. That looks good. That's looking good there. Well, I mean, you got my stream. My only problem is if I run my video through Discord, it literally kills the video camera for a stream. All right, And transition, and here we go. All right, try chatting.
Yes, Heropri.
There we go. There's everyone. There's everyone alive and well. So welcome, everyone. Hello. This is it's right down there. AOD Insane himself, creator, founder, El Presidente, and CEO of a variety of things. Tell us about yourself, AOD.
Well, I started a pretty cool little club. Family is what we are, but called Adapt or Die Trying. I initially started the channel back on Twitch, and I was just a one-man show back then. I started it as a way to fight my own depression because I'm manic depressive. And after seeing how therapeutic it was and how much it benefited me, once I made my transition over to Mixer, it just kind of caught on. Like somebody came in and they were like, dude, I love your vibe. I love your energy. Like, how can I get in on this AOD? You know, what is that? It was like Adapt or Die. I was like, I love that. How do I get in? And I was like, get into what? And they were like, dude, you want to have a team or anything? I was like, well, no. And so I figured, I was like, all right, man, if somebody else wants to get in on it, we'll see what it do. So started it up, and man, it just kind of snowballed. I picked up my buddy from years and years, my man AOD Mister, picked him up whenever he was still back on Twitch. And it just kind of started snowballing from there. And it's turned into this thing that is beautiful, just it's like a massive loving mob of people, and it's really incredible to see. It's something I never thought that I'd be a part of. But
well, you definitely have an array of people that are in AOD, and not only just AOD as the stream team, but AOD as affiliates and staff, mods, everyone from obviously what's available in the Discord. Yeah, you have a ton of people. So how, I mean, like, what does that whole process look like? How large is the family?
I mean, in our Discord by itself, just in our Discord, which is, completely an elective thing to have, we have over 700 people just in our Discord. It just, like I said, it's weird because I've never really, like, I've run professional Call of Duty teams in the past.
Right. Is that how it started?
Yeah, we started out as a competitive Call of Duty team. We were annihilating people on Modern Warfare 3, and it just kind of branched off from there. Like I'm not experienced in doing this. I just kind of looked at it and was like, this makes sense and this makes sense. And I would talk it over with we have a board, our board members. So I go and I speak over with them and make sure that it's not some silly idea. But yeah, it kind of snowballed, man, and it's bizarre how quick it happened.
So Modern Warfare 3, that you would have had to have started on Twitch then in order to get completely up and running.
Oh yeah. Gotcha. I mean, my Twitch profile, I think when I left Twitch, we had 6,000 family members.
Oh.
Yeah, I was over there for almost 2 years, and yeah, that's where it all started. Good old.
Gotcha. Purple. So now, did you how like the transition process? Oh, what I was asked to ask you a question about your vape. By the way, what you have a name for it?
I ain't got no name, but what? Who asked that? Was that Deputy?
Yeah.
Yeah. He calls it my penis.
Oh.
It's a portable, what is it? Portable something nicotine inhaling system, and it's an acronym for penis. It creates these incredibly awkward moments when he'll come into the channel and he will ask me how my penis is doing. And there will always be a handful of people that are new to the family or new to the channel, and it always makes for a very interesting conversation. But it is fine. Deputy, it's fine, buddy.
Portable electronic nicotine inhalation system.
That is it.
All right. That's that's quite a name.
Right?
So you started in the glory days effectively of Modern Warfare, but did you transition as a team? Like how many members all moved to Mixer? Did a couple people stay? Like what's that whole process look like?
There was only, honest to God, the only people that are still left from then is my man Pew Pew Bang. He's been my friend for over 10 years. I moved from Dallas, Texas when everything went to hell in a handbasket real quick. I moved out here with him, and we had only met each other one time previously in the over 10 years we knew each other, and that was at TwitchCon. But we hit it off, and we were so tight knit. I moved out here to be with him and stuff and kick it. And but yeah, of the original people that started it out, he's the only one that's around. And it was just because like a lot of people didn't believe that it was something that could be done. They're like, this is fun with Call of Duty and everything. Which is like, I just don't see like us building like a giant community and blah 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 blah. So I was the only one that saw the potential and saw the idea, and I knew it was a good idea. So I wasn't going to let anybody talk me out of it. But transitioning over to Mixer, how that happened was I had a buddy of mine. His name's Fire Punch, and he actually got a job as a Mixer staff. And this was right after they acquired Beam. And he suggested to me, he's like, man, he's like, I think that you would kill it over here. He's like, it's a very positive place, and you're a positive person. I think you would just kill it over here. So I was like, all right, cool, and just kind of wanting to change because I felt kind of stale and stagnant, and that's something that I never wanted to happen with my channel. Like if I ever forget why I'm broadcasting or something, which I absolutely did when I was over there, then I need to stop and reevaluate because I didn't start this for me. I didn't start it so I could be successful. I started it so I can make a positive impact in as many people's lives as I possibly could. So I got to a point on Twitch where I was just looking at numbers and I didn't care about anything else. And that is definitely not why I started the channel. So yeah, after my buddy suggested coming over to Mixer, I came over, and it's been incredible ever since.
So, I mean, we're not really shy of hard questions over here. So one of the things I want to know, like you had expressed that you battle through some stages with depressive tendencies and things like that. And as a positive influencer, as an influencer to, people who are there in your chat, people who are there to, just kind of grow themselves and, have someone they can count on. How do you stay mentally prepared or mentally positive to enhance their lives, to better their lives?
Honestly, and I say it all the time, you and everybody in the family, like, y'all make it easy. Any day that like I'm having a hard time, I can go and I can talk to y'all and show up in any one of y'all's channels and start talking to y'all, and it'll switch it around in a heartbeat. And being manic depressive, and I refuse to take any meds for it because they make me somebody that I'm not. It's just like y'all, you have no idea how much the community plays a part in keeping my mental stability where it needs to be. Like I've always said that streaming in itself is very therapeutic for me, but on top of that, and having just the incredible lineup of people that we have, it's truly it's gotten rather easy to be able to stay positive. When you look at all the good that's come of this team, family, community, it's undeniable. And I've had people come to me and tell me how this channel has literally reignited their desire to just achieve in life. And it's pretty dope, man. But yeah, to answer your question, y'all make it easy. Y'all make it really easy.
Well, it's good to see that, not only do you share a positive impact with them to, reaffirm them, to establish confidence, building behaviors to help them grow, but that they can give back to you in the same fashion. So, absolutely. You said you wanted to start with, streaming to essentially change people's lives. When was that point that you just decided, like, this is something I want to do? This is what I want to accomplish?
Well, like I said, when I was on Twitch, it was just a one-man show, and it was something that was just therapy for me. Honestly, when I came to Mixer and just saw the influx of people that came in and wanted to be a part of it, that's what made me want to, turn it into something more. It is absolutely the community that made me realize that this could be something huge. So, yeah, once again, always falls on y'all. Always falls on y'all, man.
Well, I mean, there's always someone, like as a streamer myself, there's always someone in chat that you're excited to see. And, like everything that ends up happening, it's just one piece to another that it's like, this is making my day. This person's making my day. This person's holding me up. And like, it's always exciting to just spread those bridges more and more and more to the point where like the world keeps on getting smaller, but also so much bigger. Right. And like, it's hard to balance all of that. So, what do you do to take the time to invest into some of those relationships to make sure that people still know that, you care, that you're engaged?
Well, I mean, I make it so well known. Like, I don't care if you need me, I'm always there. I encourage people to utilize me. like my door is always open. I typically have at least 200 messages every day in my Discord, and every night except for the days when I'm off, I'll sit up. I don't care if it's till 2 or 3 a.m. responding to each and every one of those messages. I tell everybody all the time, like, I'll have 20 tabs pulled just lurking at people's channels, and I may just go by and let everybody know that I'm there. But I try to sit down. I try to at least have like a 5-minute conversation, ask them how they're doing and stuff. But yeah, like I said, most people, man, they got my cell phone number. Like if you're in need, I got no problem being there. So I will literally give people my cell phone. And, you know, I encourage everybody to come to me anytime with anything that they have, because I've got nothing but time, and I devote my entire life to this. This is, you know, next to my, you know, my son and my wife. It's like AOD is right here, just right underneath. And yeah, I try to make that very, very well known. I oftentimes sound like a broken record because, like, I just sit there and I go over it over and over, but I got to drive that point home, you know, because a lot of people will say that and they don't genuinely mean it. You know, they don't want people on their inbox, but I want people to know, like, I got you. Like, if you need anything, please don't hesitate. I've had a lot of friends in my life, unfortunately, they've committed suicide and stuff. So I don't play around with the depression or anything. If somebody's down and they need somebody to talk to, please, for the love of God, hit me up. Like,
Right.
Yeah. So yeah,
Well,
I try to
my condolences.
Oh yeah, man. It's crazy. I don't understand it, but yeah, lost more than a couple. It's weird, man.
I mean, life tends to, you know, throw punches at us, and I think that's one of the beautiful things that I've enjoyed about streaming is that you know you can make someone's day, and it doesn't always feel like that. You know, sometimes it feels like I'm not successful. I'm not getting anywhere. There's no traction. No one's talking. How do I, you know, stay engaged? How do I keep people hyped? How do I keep people having the same energy that I want to devote to this, you know, relationship that I have with all of these beautiful people? And so you tend to get struck back sometimes, which, thank you, by the way, everyone, all the hosting, all the support, thank you guys. But you tend to get struck back, and it hits us. So, like, you know, everyone gets hit in their own way, and you know, you taking the opportunity to just reaffirm your relationships by taking the 5 minutes, it speaks to your own, you know, your own goals, your own direction, your own aspirations, you know, because it's transparent.
Absolutely.
And I think transparency is key in these human relationships. And I don't think I don't think it's something that we always get an opportunity to see. So how do you feel like Mixer stands in, having the experience, how do you feel like Mixer stands in relationship to, or sorry, in comparison to Twitch, in having more real and personal relationships, the community sense here, the vibe, as it were, on Mixer? How do you feel like that helps that?
Well, in comparison between the two, like I said, I mean, I make friends anywhere I go. So on Twitch, I had, I was part of basically rank 1, Beard Apocalypse. I was in a lot of great teams, so I met a lot of great people. But in comparison, I can honestly say the community here is just, it's night and day. And I think what it is, honest to God, I think it's because Twitch is so massive and it has just an ungodly amount of people on it all the time. And just naturally, when you have that many people, you're going to have bad apples in the bunch. So I think that them being so big allows for more opportunity for trolls and people to come in and just be, shitty. And on Mixer, there's not that so much because it's such a close, tight-knit community. If you go into somebody's channel and you act a fool, just like a 95% chance if you go to somewhere else, somebody's going to recognize you. Somebody's going to say that name. And I think because of that, people, they hold themselves to a higher standard. And I've had everybody that comes over, they tell me the same thing, that, the community is just incredible over here. The UI also, the user interface on Mixer is incredible. The FTL, the technology, just, man, it's amazing. Like on Twitch, if for people that haven't streamed on Twitch before, there's like a 30-second delay between you and the broadcaster. So you'll ask a question, you got to sit there for 30 seconds before they respond to it. And if you're trying to carry on a conversation, that gets kind of, I got ADHD really bad, so I'll forget what I said, and he'll respond to it, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, so yeah, in comparison, I that's why I like Mixer. It's just so much. It's the community is just so much better. Yeah, but what you were speaking of back before about the streamer blues, I call them the streamer blues or streamer struggle. Keeping that energy and stuff, man. Anytime that I get to a point like that, because everybody gets to a point like that. I don't care who you are, I don't care how big you are. There's a moment where you're gonna stop and you're gonna, what the hell am I doing? You got to stop and you got to ask yourself, what is your channel's goal? What is your mission statement? Why are you here and doing this? As long as you can answer those questions, then you don't ever have to worry about losing that drive, because if you can answer them right off the bat like that, you'll remind yourself. Like me, for example, anytime that I talk about, like I'm feeling stale, I'm feeling stagnant. Well, what are you here for? What are you here for? You're here to make a difference to one person. I don't care if I got one person in there. If I make even that much of a difference in that person's life, then it was all worth it. And as long as you can bring it back to that, then typically, you know, you can hold that energy. And I just find that that's just me. I don't know if that's going to work for everybody else, but yeah, I wanted to speak on that a little bit.
So I would wholeheartedly agree. I think having the drive or the motivation or something that you can always kind of what I would call bank on, you know, bank on your happy moments, tuck those away into a closet and know that, you know, you can come back and revisit that experience, that energy, that drive of, yeah, I remember when we've had this, or I remember when that's happened. And it makes me know that, no, what I'm doing is definitely the right direction, definitely the right thing. And it might not be there right now.
Right.
I might not feel it right now, but it's still there. Like I still have that. So I would love to know, you personally have stated that you might not be going for a partner right now because it's not important. You're already getting enough from, you know, Patreon. I've seen the hype from your Patreon, by the way. I assume it's Patreon, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But I've seen the hype from that. What has that had any influence on your creative direction, in not necessarily driving towards that as a goal?
No, honestly, like if I'm gonna be brutally honest, the only reason
please.
the only reason I haven't gone for it is because I've been denied a few times in the past, and each time that I'm denied, it's a gut punch. As much as I want to say that it doesn't matter, it doesn't hurt me, it doesn't affect me, it absolutely does. And last time, you know, I took like a month off, and I do this full time, so I can't afford to do things like that. And so for that reason, like I'm just being real with myself. I can't afford to take any time off, and if I were to get denied, it would be a gut punch again, because I mean, denial hurts. Denial hurts, especially when you know how much I know how much I give to this, and I know how much I put into it, and so being denied and stuff, it's a gut punch that I can't handle right now. Like, so whenever I'm in a better place and you know, I feel like I could do it and get denied and still be able to mosey on like nothing happened, that's when I'll go for it again. But right now, it's just we're riding such great momentum. We have just the most incredible lineup of affiliates that we've ever had. Even our prospects, they're going to be great once they get where they need to be. Like the teams, everybody's all happy. Man, everybody's just firing on all cylinders. We're focusing on trying to get Entertainer and Raven Monocle. We're trying to get them partnered. Yeah, so we're focusing. You know, I want to be able to give my energy to that as much as I can. So yeah, just right now, it's not. I'm not gonna say it's not important, because getting partnered is absolutely a goal. I can't handle rejection right now. I can't do it. Not with everything we got going on. You know, we got a new line of shirts and hats and stickers coming out. I can't afford to take any time off, and if I got denied, it would hurt.
So I think personally, I was talking with Metro about this the other day, and about partnership, and how he was talking about the sense that he put in for partnership without letting any of his community members know. He just knew that it was the right time. And I agree with your incentives. Like, you know, you've got Burley Brothers, which you know just started up. Is that correct?
Actually, no, that's my buddy. Pew
oh, okay.
Bank. That's his company.
Oh, okay. So, got it.
And everything that comes with Burley Bros comes sealed with the family crest.
Hey!
It's the official beard brand of AOD. Shameless plug.
But So like I think there's a bit of a piece to that you've gone so far as to create an in-depth community. You obviously have the buy-in from a lot of the people that are here. I mean, you have family that are out there right now that are backing you up, and in the same sense that they rely on you, I think that there's an opportunity to rely on them to be there for you in case it doesn't happen, to know that they're there to make you smile, you go live.
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. Literally, like I was saying it the other day on stream, like every day I wake up excited, genuinely excited to go to work. Like, and I've never been able to say that. I did collections for 10 years.
Oh, fun.
Worst job I've ever had. Like, you talk about legit just arguing for 8 to 10 hours a day. That is all it was, and I did it for 6 days a week, man. And literally, my schedule was I would like my drive to work was over an hour long with the Dallas traffic and everything. So like I wanted this so bad that I would go to work 8-10 hours a day. I would rush home and rush hour traffic. Get home, the second I would hit the door, I wouldn't even take off my work clothes. I'd take my tie off or unloosen it, and I would go live and I would stream from the time that I got home till about 1 or 2 in the morning, go to sleep and be up at 5 a.m. to do it again. And yeah, like all the hard times and like just grinding to try to make something out of this, it's paid off tenfold, because that community that you talk about, literally every single day of my life, like I'm stoked to go online because I know who's going to be there. I know that everybody's going to be pumped. I know everybody's going to have a good time, and I know that I'm doing something good. And it beats the hell out of calling people, trying to pay a $40 6-year-old Verizon bill. Like it just beats the hell out of it. And yeah, that the community, man, the community is just there. It's everything. It's everything. Being able to do this full time and make a living out of it and selling products and everything off of something that's just an idea. It's like I said, I mean, I got the logo tattooed not once but twice on my hands, and I'm not the only one. We've got like 15 other people that have the logo tattooed. And yeah, just looking at everything, it's pretty mind-boggling for sure.
So I think Whisper, I think one of the things to focus on is that there's always a fine line between the aspiration of it being a hobby that's I would say fruitful in terms of being able to at least make enough money to turn it into a full-time experience, and a business. So at what point in that career, as it were, do you decide, this I can make a full-time business? I can make this my dream job, as it were.
Well, it's funny you asked that. I actually remember the exact day. I was at work, and I was streaming the night before, and I was at work, and I had just a couple days before I had like a $4,000 payment stole from me by just some really shady practice. And if anybody else like with any type of dignity would have seen it, they would have remedied the situation. But the bosses, like all of our managers there, the floor managers, they were all really really corrupt, I guess you could say. And they played favorites, they played clicks, and they would route payments to their favorite people and stuff like that. And I was in bonus, so that $4,000 payment was going to net me like $2,000 in bonus. And they took it from me and gave it to this other chick, and I was livid, right? So I left. I literally just got up, walked out that day, went to the movies and saw a movie, blew some steam off, came back the next day. Nobody said anything to me because they knew what they did was jacked up. So nobody even said anything to me. And just the night before that, I had been streaming, and my buddy Triolo and Wookie, they were actually there. And I was telling them how hard everything been at my job, and they both were just like, dude, they're like, quit. They're like, quit and come stream full time. They're like, if you put 8 hours a day into this, you'll be just fine. You're that good. You can do it. And I was like, nah. I was like, I appreciate the vote of confidence. I was like, but I can't do that. I need that paycheck. And I went into work and I talked to this old lady on the phone, and she was the nicest person like I'd ever talked to. And we talked for like 45 minutes, and she was sitting there telling me, she was like, I can tell that you don't like this. She's like, I know that it weighs on your heart. She's like, you're meant for more than this. And she's like, I don't know you, but I can tell. She's like, I can feel it. And she made me cry on the phone. Like, just talking about it kind of gets me choked up. And she told me, she's like, just quit. She's like, you don't need it. You'll be all right. And I was sitting there. I was like, yeah. I was like, you're probably right. And then my boss came up to me, and they tapped me on the phone, and they were like, when you get off that call, they were like, come to my desk. You're working this weekend. And I was like, man, get out of here. I had already worked like 3 weekends in a row. And I was like, get out of here. And she heard it. The lady heard it on the phone, and she said, see, she's like, they don't value you. They don't care. She was like, you're better than that. Leave. And I was like, all right. And I was like, I'm going to. And she's like, good job, honey. She's like, you have a good one. And I was like, you too. And I got off, and I took off my headset, and I walked over there, and she just immediately, she wouldn't even look at me. I just walked up, and she just starts talking. She's like, so you're going to come in on Saturday, and if you could also come in on Sunday for 4 hours. And she's sitting there talking. I just took off my badge and set my headset down, and I just kind of looked at her. And she turns, she's like, what are you doing? I was like, I quit. And she's like, she's like, Jay, do you really want to do that? And I was like, yeah, I quit. And she's like, okay, well, I hope you've thought about this. And I was like, I did. And turned and I walked out. And I got in my car, and I bawled. Like, I got in my car crying because, like, I didn't know what I was, I didn't know if this was going to work. I had no idea. It was just like a giant leap of faith. And that was it, man. Like, I went home and started streaming, and it was one of the best streams I'd had in like forever. Like, I had like 80 people in there, and everybody was just rallying. They were like, dude, they were like, yeah, bro. They were like, fuck that job, bro. And yeah, ever since then, from that day, like, it's been nothing but AOD.
Well, that's always fantastic to hear, and especially like I'm saying, like you've got people that you can rely on to bring you back up, hold you back up, and I've always made the quote, like, there's always the analogy that you can rather fall alone or stand together. You have to be reliant on those people. You have to be reliant on, again, not only just your community, but what you would call essentially an extension of your family. They're there to pick you up when you need the support. Yeah. And so you build those relationships, as you've said, in those 5 minutes, in 10 minutes, in hours, in phone calls, in Discord messages. So how do you build, I would say, the trust or the foundation for moderators to almost work as an extension of your essence and carry those same relationships?
Man, finding mods is one of the hardest things in the world. Like, it's so weird. It's a phenomenon, really. Like, and this is my own personal experience. I don't know if it's because I have such a strong personality that they're afraid to like let me down or something. I have no idea. But it seems like when I give mod, it's almost like them getting a job that they actually never wanted, and then they like feel obligated, and then they like stop showing up to the stream altogether. I've had that happen so many times. I don't know why it happens, but it happens every time. But no, you find good ones. Like, I just got Spring Chicken as a mod, and she's been she's been fantastic. She's awesome. And even with a massive time difference with us, she takes so much time out of her day to be there. But in terms of finding good mods, yeah, just make sure that it's somebody that that's been there for a long time. Some people want the green label just as like a status symbol.
Yep.
Which I've never understood. Maybe it's a sense of power. I don't know. But yeah, you got to be careful in who you mod, because those people, like you said, are an extension of yourself. So if you have somebody that's in there that's willy-nilly just banning people for maybe goofing around or something, you got to lay down very, very strict, guidelines and rules to how it is that you want your moderator to behave. Like me, for example, I don't want my moderator to ever ban anybody unless they come in and they say something just absolutely belligerent, anything homophobic, racist, the common sense ones.
Yep. The TOS ones.
Right, yeah, that's the only time that we get insta bans. I've had people come in and tell me that I look like, an Ewok had sex with the chimp, and I'm the offspring of it, and I'll just say something back, like, man, nobody talks about my mama, and typically 9 times out of 10 they'll get a laugh out of it, and they're like, all right, I just want, they just want to see how you're going to react, because nobody wants to be in somebody's channel that doesn't match their own personality. And we like to have a good time. We joke around, and I poke fun at myself constantly. So, I don't mind if people come in and do the same, as long as it's not going to hurt anybody else's feelings or, make them upset or something. Like, I don't mind. So I encourage no banning, because I would like an opportunity to try to talk to them and see if, they're just goof around or the what have you. But trying to find good mods, man, that is hard. But we actually have a mod section in our Discord, and we don't get very many applications for people wanting to be mods. Like, it's hard, people like Jaguar, Spring Chicken, Chadley, my man, I'm too Chad for you. It's really hard to find good mods, but when you do, hold on to them. That's the best I can tell you. Hold on, and just make sure that you know them for a while. And by a while, I mean like 6 months.
So if you could go back in time and tell yourself from the day that you started Twitch or Mixer or whatever, however you choose, if you could go back in time and give, pre-existing Insane one bit of advice, tell them, Jay, I don't care what you say, shut the hell up. This is the truth. This is the answer. What would you say to yourself for the improvement of you?
Think before you speak, you jackass. That's what
Can you elaborate at all?
Well, I mean, like, when I was younger, I'm 34 now. Like, I've grown up a lot. I've had a kid. He's almost 3 years old. I've done a lot of growing up, and I've been streaming and building AOD for 7 years. It's been something that's been in the making for a long time. Back in the day, I mean, this is just who I am. I went to an 85% black school when I was a kid. I was the minority, and I had to I had a hard exterior over time, because like I had to earn respect from my peers. They weren't just going to give it to me, And because of that, I haven't been bullied or picked on or anything since I was 6 years old, and I'll be damned if I ever am again. So that. I had this, you come at me mentality. You come at me, I'm gonna come back at you 10 times harder. And you can't do that, especially not when, you're the face of an entire community, company, brand. You just can't do that. So back in the day, if somebody were to come at me sideways, like, I wouldn't hold back. I would go and I would say belligerent shit. Like, I would try to cut you with the Ginsu knife with my words. Like, and I burned a lot of bridges. Like, since then, pretty much any bridge I ever burned, I've since repaired. I went back. I apologized profusely for my childish behavior, and it's. I was kind of a hothead, to put it in a word. Like, I was kind of a hothead, and over time, like, I've improved on that tenfold. We've had instances where people have used AOD for their own personal gain, and then completely left whenever they got their community or their partnership or whatever it is that they were looking for. And I lost my cool a couple times on that stuff, but now it's like I don't lose my cool anymore. Like, if people come at me sideways, I just hey, of whatever you're doing and whatever's going on with you, I apologize. Like, if you need any help in remedying whatever it is that you got going on, please let me know. I would be happy to try to help. And that turnaround in attitude has just it's behooved me greatly. We'll just say that.
Well, I think that there's something to say about ownership, and that you can take the time to basically just go as far or humble yourself, in the sense of saying, what, like, this is my fault because I didn't set the expectation. This is my fault because I didn't spend enough time. This is my fault because I didn't develop our relationship enough, or whatever, and I could have done more. Metro had said, and even some of our other community members that have been involved in our interviews have said that a lot of people take that self-ownership, and I think there's that bit of that business sense. So we work so hard to grow our own business, grow our own branding, and you've developed AOD into a team with the help and the support of the community members, other streamers that exist out there. I mean, you even have Psycho Plays is still a strong representation of the AOD branding, and there's a massive amount of growth there. So when you're talking about AOD, where do you see the team? Where do you see the community? Where do you see yourself in 3 years, 5 years?
Honestly, I think that AOD will become something as big as FaZe. I think that it'll turn into a clothing brand, an influencer brand. Um, I see it honestly turning into a multi-million-dollar company. And if I have anything to do with it, I promise it will be. I mean, our clothing line, like I'm rocking one of the hoodies right now. Um, our clothing line's like second to none. Like the quality product that we put out, these are Bella Canvas hoodies, 48% cotton, 52% polyester blend with a vector print. So it's literally the highest quality that you can get. And we've already started doing that, and it's profitable. So I'm on track right now to do exactly what I think that we're going to do. And like, hopefully what I would like to do one day is I want to every month, I want to have, you remember the publisher home clearinghouse thing? Where
Yeah, yeah.
I want to do something like that. Like I'm talking every month, if I could show up and give somebody $10,000 or something like that, that is what I want to do. I want to share
people.
Yeah, I want to share it with everybody, man. Like there's a dude that goes around, I can't remember his name, but he goes around Twitch channels and he just drops like $5,000 donations all the time to people. And he does it for his YouTube channel. And that is what I want to do. Like, I want to be able to make an impact that just blows people away. I want people to understand that there's still good happening out here. Like, we live in really, really, really shitty times. Like, it seems like finding good people is kind of an anomaly now. And that's the whole thing with AOD. We want to make it the norm. We want AOD to be synonymous with, you know, peace, love, and hope. Like, that's the goal. And if I can turn it into something, especially, you know, on a multi-million-dollar level, we're gonna be AT&T. We're gonna reach out and touch some people for sure. Like that's the goal over in the long run.
Well, there's always a touch. There's always it's always a struggle, I would say, to make sure that you, I think, have the right intentions. And a lot of people can just try and take advantage of them. As you've said, you know, you've had people go out of their way to build their communities, build their, you know, foundations for success, and then walk away from you. And, you know, people are always going to do whatever they can in order to succeed, use you as a stepping stone, and just move on to the next platform. And I think no matter what, you're going to find that in human nature. And so we have an obligation, we have an opportunity to take it upon ourselves to say, you know what, no, I can do something different. I know one of the reasons why, you know, I got started in streaming was because, you know, I saw so much toxicity around in, you know, different communities, different aspects of streamers, where they just always wanted to, you know, say, I screwed your mom last night and this is whatever. And now we have 8-year-olds who are mimicking, you know, the people that they see in Call of Duty lobbies and whatever, saying random stuff that they shouldn't. And so I think that we have an opportunity as influencers to change not only, you know, people's lives for the better, but change our lives for the future. So how do you keep yourself in check, and how do you keep the community in check to be on pace with that and understand the severity, the brevity, the depth of this whole situation?
You know, that's why we have our whole affiliate program and stuff. Because what we're doing is we're conditioning you. We're trying to, but the goal, and it absolutely will be, when you get to the official stream team, is when you get out of that affiliate, your channel is going to be as professional as it can be. It's going to look the best it can be. Graphically, presentation is just going to be there, because our goal in AOD is to set you up for success. I ask for nothing in return. I don't ask for cuts or anything. Just last night, had one of the new affiliates. They were asking, do I have to change my name, you know, or anything like that? And I said, no. I encourage you to have your own brand. Like, I want you to be successful and not have to come to me every time you want to use an AOD logo. We're here to help. We're here to help you grow. But yeah, so that's our purpose, or that's what we do in the affiliate program. Is we try to instill in people what you need to do to have a successful channel and possibly have a chance to turn this into something more than just a hobby. And we have an extensive vetting process. When you get into affiliate, we start vetting your channel for a minimum of 4 months. And that's to make sure we look for a lot of things in that time. We look for consistency, professionalism, growth, evolution of your brand. And I say consistency because consistency is a big one.
I think you're just being consistent.
Yeah, so that's what we look for, and support amongst our team and stuff. And by the time people make it on the stream team, these are all things that they've been doing. So we don't have to say, hey, this is what we expect. They've already been doing it. And anybody that takes this seriously, it's kind of one of those things. It's common sense to a degree. It's the don't treat people the way that you want to be treated mentality. It's pay it forward. And as long as people are doing that and maintaining that common sense line of this is what you like. You wouldn't want to go into somebody's channel and hear them just griping, bitching, negative about this, that, and the other. Nobody wants to hang around that. And as long as you get that point across to people, it kind of takes care of itself, because it very much so is a lot of common sense. But some people, and I don't even think people realize they do it sometimes. I think that they
definitely,
they get caught up in the moment, and I'm
Yep.
sure some people forget that they're even on camera. But yeah, and I tell people all the time is, be the change that you want to see. Like I had somebody the other day, they were saying, man, I'm not seeing anybody in my channel. I'm not seeing this, fuck this, fuck that. And I wrote him, I was like, take that down. I was like, you're literally bashing people for not being at your stream. Like, it was like, people have lives. And right now it's a chaotic time. Like people are doing various different things, trying to make sure that their family's in check and all kinds of stuff like that. So I tell people just to take a step back, breathe, remember why you stream, and then because I hate when people say something like I only had 5 people in there. It's like that's 5 people that could be doing anything else with their one God-given life, and they're in there watching you play a video game. Then come on, you can never say only. If you have one person in there, that's a victory to me. That's a victory. But yeah, and again, trying to keep it in check. The family and the community helps me personally do that tenfold, because I know, like you said, I'm not representing just myself. I'm representing an entire community of people. So
right.
that helps a lot.
Right. So I know, for the purpose of it, just in agreeance, I've definitely been in a position where, my delivery, I've always been kind of, I guess, a little bit more stern or stoic. So sometimes my words come across as, I would say, a little bit more critical. So I'm guilty of it. I'm sure every streamer has been guilty of not really being aware of what they're saying.
Oh yeah,
And
you get caught up in the moment.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, especially like playing first-person shooter, battle royale, whatever. Like you're in that tunnel vision, that state of like, how am I going to win? What do we need to do to succeed?
It is life or death. Like
you do get caught up into it, and at the end of the day, it is a game, and we are, if you're in it for the community and not for the purpose of success or I would say money, like if you're not in a tournament, it is just a game. You're there to build relationships more than you are to win.
Yep.
So like it's a struggle. It's a fine line to walk, because at heart our energy, our drive, our motivation is to succeed, to win, but we want to focus on each and every individual, every member. And so how do you check yourself in to make sure that you stay attentive to chat or stay attentive to the members more than you do the game?
I have a rule that I developed very early on. So because my goal, like I said, the family and the viewers, they come first. The gameplay comes second. My goal is to make sure that every single person, whether it's one person, whether it's 60 people, 100 people, that every single person in there, if they say something, I want their comment acknowledged. I will read it out loud so they know that, I saw it. If it's just a statement, I always make sure that everybody gets their comments, responded to. I tell everybody all the time, if you've been to my channel, I tell them, if you came here for MLG gameplay, you have come to the wrong channel. But if you came here to have a good time, I got you on that. And yeah, like it's because I have that mentality, it's easy for me to maintain. Even at Apex, which I'm gonna tell you right now, Apex, there has not been a game since Modern Warfare 3 that gets my adrenaline pumping like that game. And
Yeah.
I yesterday I was playing, had a couple homies that, because we play with the viewers all the time. Our only requirement to get in on a game, as long as you smash that family button, and I hate calling it the follower button because we do not create followers, we create free thinking leaders in this mode. So I hate the word follow. So you smash that family button, become part of the AOD fam. All you gotta do is send me a message and I'll get you in. But I had people in there yesterday, like we lost, and they would be like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. I'm like, bro, stuff you're sorry is in a sack, man. It's a game. It's all good. Like, we're here to have fun. Like, don't even trip. And I think a lot of people are surprised by that. They're like, really? Like, it's all good? So, like, I had one kid yesterday who was like, I'll back out. It's all good. You're gonna back out, bro? It's okay. It's a fucking game. Are we playing for money? Like so yeah, yeah. I don't. I'm not hard. I know. I'll tell you right now. Overwatch, for whatever the reason, that game touches a special nerve, and that it gets my eye twitching and stuff. Like I don't know why, but Overwatch does that to me. But no, it's pretty easily contained. Like I don't take myself too seriously when I'm playing. Like I said, my job's to entertain. I'm there to make sure that everybody's having a good time. So the gameplay always comes second, and it's easy for me to maintain that because, like I said, it's pretty much it's like the rules of my channel. You know, rule number one, a douchebag. Rule number two, I play. You know, I make sure that the family's taken care of first, and the gameplay comes second. It's just there, so it's not hard for me to maintain.
So I know you put the stress on the sense that, you know, this is all family, this is all community. We look out for each other like family. And, you know, so when you're thinking about all the people that have joined AOD, been around AOD, been a part of the community Discord, your stream, you know, whatever format it is, Twitter, everything. And then you think about the members that have joined as affiliates, joined as stream team, you know, devoted, the diehards. How do you get involved personally, and what does that scouting process look like? How do you know that someone is fit beyond just the professionalism that you spoke and touched on earlier? How do you know that this is AOD? This is them in the making?
That's where that affiliate program comes in, and that extensive vetting process. We see who does what and who's about what in that 4 months. We're watching everybody like a hawk. And because whenever we go to bring on an affiliate, literally the affiliate has to have, you know, a number of different interviews with our stream team members, and our stream team members will all get together and we'll talk about it, and then we talk about if this person's ready or if they're a good fit. So it's not just me, you know, deciding that this person's ready for the team. It's the whole team comes together, and, you know, we make that decision as a family. Because like I said, people coming in and using AOD is not something that we're unfamiliar with. It's happened more than a few times. So for that reason, that's why we've extended our vetting process for so long, because before we would bring people on because we're all very trusting people. We want to believe the best in people, but that's just not the way it is.
Yeah.
And, we learned that the hard way. So because of the things that have happened in the past, we've learned from those mistakes, and that's why we have that extensive vetting process now to make sure that the people that we bring in are there for the right reasons. Because if you're playing a fake and a fraud for 4 months, you're a sociopath. But we're rather confident that we don't have many of those. So, and in that 4 months, actions speak louder than words, and we can see, you know what I mean, who's about it and who's not.
Right.
Yeah. So that's, again, all credit goes to the process that we have to weed out those people who might just be there for, you know, short-term gain or to get whatever it is, like a goal that they have, and then move on. It kind of weeds them out. Over time.
So if you could look at your history in streaming, what would you say the most influential piece has been, you know, from a community member that has really just changed you?
Wait, say again?
So basically, if you look at your history in streaming, and, you know, community members, what do you feel like has been one of the most influential moments that a community member has, you know, affected your life?
I've had a few of them.
Of no favoritism.
I've had people come in and tell me that the channel has saved their life. People came in that they said they were just on their last leg and they were looking for any type of connection, which is what brought them to streaming. Some people that had never seen it before, but just found it by, you know, sheer luck and stumbled upon our channel, and they're literally just there looking for someone to just talk to let them know that they're not alone. And AOD provides that in spades. Just last night, I had somebody telling me that they appreciated what it is that I do because they happen to be transgender, and I told them flat out, we don't discriminate against anyone, lesbian, gay, black, white, pink, brown, yellow. We don't care. Like, as long as you're there and you're there to have a good time, we welcome. We welcome you with open arms, and we hope that you'll stay. You make us a part of your regular schedule, and I guarantee you become a part of ours. And yeah, like okay, for example, one of my boys, Blue Smoke, he was going through a really hard time, and he told me flat out that the channel reignited his desire just to live, and not just live, but to achieve. And my man, he literally, you can go to my Instagram and look. He's one of the 15 people that have the logo tattooed. My man has the AOD logo, and he's kind of a big guy. He's kind of swole, and he has the AOD logo. It covers his entire pec and chest on his right side, and then on top of having the logo, right underneath the logo, he has AOD Insane. And
Wow.
when I saw that, like I've never been more humbled in my entire life to see something like that. Like, not only did he get the family crest tattooed, he got my name tattooed on it as well. And like, it's still to this day when I talk about it, it's hard to find words to express how humbling that was. Like, it's just breathtaking. Like, it was wild. So yeah, I would probably say something like that. But and then another time I had a dude come in. Don't know if this is true or not, but I don't know why they would lie. Came into the channel, and I hadn't seen him in about 6 months, and I was like, "Oh man, what's up?" I was like, "I haven't seen you in forever. How you been?" And he flat out, he was like, "I got into a car accident and I was in a coma for 6 months." And I was like, "Get out of here!" And I said, "Yeah." He's like, "When I came to, I had to learn how to write and everything again." He said, "Jay," he's like, "I couldn't remember like my uncle. He couldn't remember his uncle. He couldn't remember some of his cousins. He couldn't remember a lot of like people in his family." And he said, "But the one thing that he remembered like it was yesterday was coming to this channel." And that blew me away. Like I said, I don't know if there's any truth to that, but like I said, I have no reason for the guy to lie. And that just blew me away. So yeah, there's been more than a few instances this I've been pretty stupefied by the family members. Like, they never cease to amaze.
Well, and I think just the same that we're in this. Obviously, we both kind of share similar interests. We're in this to help people, to affect them for the better, to grow positivity as a nurtured, promoted experience, not only of mindset, but of livelihood and everything else. And so it's beneficial. It's reassuring to know that we are actually, doing something, that we are accomplishing our goals. So it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling that helps us stay grounded, but also motivates us to do more.
And to always be better.
Yep.
Always be better.
Because there's always one more person that you might be able to help, one more person that you might be able to affect, to change, to, just touch.
Oh yeah, that's why I stream as long as I do, because not just having to put in full-time hours to make it a full-time job, but because every second longer that you're live is the potential for someone new to find you, someone that may need what it is that we provide. So yeah, you're 100% right, my friend.
So, a little bit of a shift of a gear. If you had to pick 5 games that have been just the absolute best experience you've ever had, of no particular order, 1 through 5, whatever order, what would they be?
I can go ahead and tell you my number 1 in order, just because number 1 will always be Final Fantasy.
Fair enough.
I cannot tell you how many hours as a kid I sank into Final Fantasy VII. I think by the end of it, I did like 2,000 hours in Final Fantasy VII. Like, that game was my childhood. So it takes the number 1 spot, but the other 4 can be in any type of order. I would definitely say Apex, because Apex is my jam. Apex is my jam right now. Just Cause 3, that story, for some reason, there was a mission that always just sticks out to me.
What mission?
Man, there was this mission, right, where you had to stop a nuclear warhead from being launched, right?
Yeah.
And if you've ever played Just Cause, it's like an open sandbox, and you can handle missions in any way that you see fit, as long as the overall objective is done. and that creates for just an endless amount of possibilities, right? So they had it on a timer, and it literally across this giant map. The map on it is huge, and it was like right here, and I'm all the way over here, and I ended up getting to this huge firefight with a bunch of people trying to shoot my way out. Took way longer than it should have, right? So I like hijacked a car, took off going a little bit. As I'm riding down the road, I've got like 30 seconds left to make it all the way across the map. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to play the mission again. And I see like a little military base or something. They had a jet there, right? And so I literally take the vehicle. I'm driving off road, just making a beeline towards it. All these enemies are shooting in because I'm riding into their base. Jump out of the Jeep, hit the parachute, fly up in the air, hit your little squirrel glider thing, go down, get in the jet, blast off, man. I'm heading towards the missile, right? And literally it's the missile launches. It's like, it gets down to the last few seconds, the missile launches. I'm flying up to it and I see the missile launch and going in the air. So I start hooking up, going towards it in this mug, just balling, right? And then I get right up to it, like right up on it, and I jump out of it and I hit it with a grappling hook thing, pull up towards it, strap a bomb to it, jump off of it, and it blows up as it was going in, like into the sky or whatever. And it was like by the hairs on my chinny chin chin did I get the mission done. And I'm telling you, after that I was just like, this is one of the greatest games ever made. Like, that was so awesome. So yeah, just because of that right there, I mean, I love Just Cause as a series, but yeah, Just Cause 3, that holds a special place. Let's see. So 2 more. It's another game. I would probably go with Final Fantasy 8 because, like I said, Final Fantasy was my childhood, and after 7, I was all into 8. And probably number 5 would be it was my game of the year in 2014. I would say The Evil Within. The first Evil Within was so epic. That game was just gnarly. Did you ever play it?
That ending though was real weird.
Man. Yeah, I could go. Man, there's so many good games. You ever play Fear? You remember Fear?
Yes. Yeah.
I wish they'd come out with another one of that.
I mean, 2 and 3 kind of debilitated that entire thing
yeah,
for
it was
them.
horrible.
But...
Yeah, it was horrible. First one was good. First one was good.
No, yeah, I liked Fear. I haven't gone back to play it. We used to do a thing called Freaky Friday, where we would turn off all the excess lights and then only have our Philips Hue lights, so that way people could just mess with me, strobe me, scare me, do whatever. And people would know all the jump scares, so they would wait for the opportune moment. Like, dude, as soon as he goes around this corner, I'm gonna smack that button on his face. And for the most part, it worked. But to the point, I'm almost to the point where the lights really don't affect me unless I'm really amped up and paying attention to the game, like just tunnel visioned in. Right. They don't do anything for me. But Fear would be one of the better games to do that with. Evil Within, I was hoping would be a little bit more jump scary, but that was more of like a actiony kind of, like, horror.
Like Resident Evil 4. Yeah. Do you know what game was just incredible playthrough and got me like legit just so many jump scares? Slender Man.
Oh yeah.
Slender the Arrival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I almost had a couple heart attacks playing that. Oh my God, the kids running through the cornfield and stuff. I mean, literally, I had like 100 people in there, and I'd turn around or something, the kid would run past the hallway, and I'd say, nope. Are we done? That was a good one.
So we know some of the games that make up your time while you're playing. What else do you like to do while you're not running this business, while you're not streaming? What do you like to do on the side?
Well, I'm head of creative design and marketing at fightbookmma.com. So I do a lot of stuff over there. I write articles, do interviews for them, stuff like that with fighters. So I love working with them. Roberto Villa, who's the CEO and founder of it, he's just incredible. Me and him are actually starting another clothing brand. Yeah, he's awesome. On top of working with him, I love hanging out with my family. Obviously, my son, my wife, they're the bomb.com. And yeah, that's honest to God, between Fight Book and my family, and then AOD, that's really all that I have time to do, because I'm always doing something with AOD, trying to make sure everybody's taken care of and going to various different channels and stuff. So that's takes up such a large portion. But yeah, when I'm not streaming and stuff, Fight Book and my family is probably what I'm doing.
I think it's always a juggling process to make sure that, you know, you're attending to everyone or trying to get to everyone, because, you know, let's be real, people out there, if you're not talking to them, if you're not engaging with them, they just think that you don't genuinely care, which, you know, honestly, it's more about a balance of time.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, like, you can't be in every channel. You can't be in a conversation with everyone. You can't be texting or Discording or Twittering or, you know, whatever, everyone all at the same time. It's just impossible.
Right.
You know, and some people have community managers. Some people have, you know, like a significant other who's willing to help. Some people, the moderators get involved, you know, and it's always about that welcoming experience, but it's always a struggle. So, you know, like, how do you deal with moments where you felt like you've failed?
I don't do failure easy, man. Like, anytime I feel like I failed, especially if it's something with the team or something, like, I usually have to take a step back and take a few days to myself, because I don't take any type of failure lightly. Not used to failing. You know, if I set my mind to something and I go for it, you know, 9.5 times out of 10, I'm gonna get the result I was looking for. Yeah, I don't handle failure very well, but the whole way that I juggle this is, you know, you got to be on the same page, especially if you got a significant other. You got to be on the same page with them, because, like you said, this takes up so much of my time. If you're not, you know, building any business is going to take up, you know, an infinite amount of your time. So you got to make sure that you're on the same page, you know, with your significant other and just the people, your team, your squad, whoever's close to you, trying to help you do this, because nobody does this by themselves. Like I said, I got board members. I have the entire community that helps. Like, everybody comes together to make this possible. So yeah, but failure, no. I guess I would have to know, you know, what the failure is, but I just know for a fact that when I do take an L, I take it hard. Yeah, I take them hard, but bouncing back is it always happens. But me personally, when I take an L, it's a pretty hefty thing for me.
I feel it. I mean, I've always been, I would say, fairly successful in my endeavors. That, you know, the time that you invest is usually the fruit of your work. That you end up seeing a lot of your successes come back because you just don't give up.
Right.
And, you know, I think it always ends up hitting streamers a little bit differently, because, you know, you have that every moment, every minute, every second that you're rather seeing, and of no offense to anyone, you know, when you're watching numbers go up and down, and when we're watching, you know, like, viewership go up and down, that's a part of the business. That's a direct reflection of your business. And so regardless of whether or not that you're focused on, hey, I do know that, like, no matter what I'm doing, if we're one person, 500 people, 5 million people who are watching me, I know I'm still doing the right thing because I'm grounded in the right place, but it still hits us. It's still something that it's a concern. So if you offered a bit of advice to any person who was trying to stream around how to be in the right headspace for the future, for tomorrow, for 5 months from now, for 5 years from now, in order to make sure that they're doing the right thing, that they're not seeing every little moment as, maybe I'm not doing the right thing, maybe I'm not succeeding, maybe I'm not, you know, winning. What would you say to them?
Again, you know, go back to why you stream. Evaluate why you stream. As long as, I said, if you can answer those questions right off the bat as to why you stream, you can usually realign yourself pretty quick. Because, like you said, as long as it's one person in there, then you're doing your job. And as long as you can keep that and just remind yourself of that, then you can get over those obstacles fairly easy. And then, you know, also when you're realigning that whole thought process about, you know, hey, as long as I got one person in there, I'm good. Then when you start seeing the growth in those numbers, you're genuinely more appreciative of it, because your mind's you're in the right headspace. You're more appreciative. But when you get that tunnel vision and you're just looking at a number, just waiting on it to go up, you're just shooting yourself in the foot.
Yep.
So yeah, I would always just suggest to remember why you stream, remember why you started it, and remember your mission statement. Exactly why you're here doing what it is that you do, why you're putting in all the time, all this money. Because you know as well as I do, this ain't cheap. Doing this stuff does not come free and does not come easy. And you know, like for example, when I started out streaming, I streamed straight from the Xbox using my Kinect as camera, and I set my camera up in a chair. So it was like level with my face, so it looked like a webcam.
Yep.
And you know, I thought of different little tactics to try to bring people in, because especially on Twitch, you know, it's so oversaturated. You got to do something, even in a still shot, to try to bring people in. So what I did is I have a big old dead mouse head, and I put a strobe light inside of the dead mouse head right up next to me. So man, people would come in all the time, and they'd be like, you know, just because of that, what the hell is that, you know? And that right there was how it hooked people. And yeah, but over time, like I said, I got that tunnel vision where I was just staring at numbers, and I knew that things were bad whenever it was one day. And I remember looking at it, and I was like, oh, and I only got 80. What the hell? And I stopped, and I was like, you just said that you only have 80 people. Like, what the hell is wrong with it? But yeah, so once again, I had to do the same thing. I had to realign my focus and remind myself why I do this, and usually comes back pretty quick.
Well, and 80 people, even 5 people, like you said, one person, 80 people, 5,000 people, literally pick a number. I mean, when you think about that, any real number, if you think about the value of time, the investment of time that someone's willing to offer you, like you said, you know, people only have so much time on this, you know, God-given earth, that their lives, that they're still taking the time to invest in you.
Yep.
So it's important. And if you think about, like, hey, this person, even if we just assume they're working minimum wage, even if you cut it in half, 80 people, an hour, if you're streaming 8 hours, that is a lot of money. And when you talk about free marketing to a business, I don't think that people value that worth in their head when they're thinking about it, and what that's worth to a company. There's just not enough value that they put into it.
Right.
So I think that that's a challenge, and being a business owner yourself and managing businesses, I think that you have enough awareness, but like it's a struggle thinking about, like, you know, being apprised of it, staying attentive to the fact that this is a community. It's not about the business. It's not about the money.
Yep.
It's about where I started. And I love how the whole conversation, this entire thing has just gone completely full circle about, you know, you have to stay focused on what my intention is and what my motto is.
Yep. Because if you lose that, you lose your identity. You become just a machine, and you know, you're just another statistic, if you will. You know, you're just making content. And even then, you could kind of use that term loosely. Like, are you even creating content at that point? If you're just there looking for donations and stuff like that, like, are you really making content? Or are you panhandling? Like, what is it that you're doing, you know? I think there's a fine line between it. It's easy to spot, though. It's easy to spot. You go in and you can tell right off the bat if somebody's going to be your cup of tea or not. I ran into a lot of that on Twitch. People who would go on just rants about how people need to subscribe to their channel. You know? You know, like, y'all should be paying for this because I do this and blah, blah, and I do so much time, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you do that electively. Like, nobody's making you do it. And yeah, it's a fine line. But yeah, as long as you know why you're streaming and know what your channel is there to do, it should be pretty easy to wrangle back. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Everything comes for a full circle. It's a circle of life.
Well, and I know one of the points that recently my moderator he brought up, and it was just the wording that he said. He was basically saying that mods at the end of the day they're just glorified volunteer workers. That they're just expending their time, investing their time, but they're asked to do so much more than just a regular viewer would do. That they're looking out for the good of the channel. They're looking out for the good of the streamer, the good of the community, the good of everyone, and investing in different formats. Like, they all have a different talent tree. And so, like, you know, viewers all have different talent trees. We all as human beings have different talent trees, and we have to create an inviting environment for everyone to create inclusion, to create acceptance, to create broad positivity. And so as a positivity streamer, I think we're the most set up to succeed. But a lot of times, not clout farming, you know, it becomes challenging because, like, you don't always experience growth in the same fashion. And I think that's where sometimes we second guess ourselves, second guess our business, second guess, I'm just not succeeding. I don't see the return.
Right.
I don't see that growth that, you know, everyone else is seeing. But, like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you're doing the right thing. And I think that
Well,
it's
not just that, but it's a lot of people. I think that they forget that this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's
Yeah.
a marathon. Like I tell people all the time. You know, I have people that say, you know, nobody comes to my channel and blah blah blah. It's like, dude, like I started the exact same way. Do not
Yep.
think that I started up my stream and people just rolled in like, hey, what's up, Jay? We're here. Like, no, there was countless days, fuck hours, days that I would stream and it would be just me in there. I'd stare at a big old fat 0 or maybe a 1 or a 2 because my bots were in there. And yeah, it's incredibly discouraging at times. But again, you just realize why you're there doing it, what you're doing it for, and everything will fall into place. Because like, and I tell people all the time, well, what do I do? Because I tell people, the number one thing that you don't want to do is have quiet time in your channel. If
Yep.
somebody comes into your channel, and let's be completely honest, most people have the attention span of a fruit fly. So they come in, and this is just me speaking realistically, I say that you have anywhere between 5 to 10 seconds to hook someone.
Yep.
Somebody comes into your channel, and you are sitting here just balls deep in your game, just like this. There's a 99% chance that person's going to go, this guy's boring him out. So I tell people all the time, do not let there be any quiet time. And people are like, well, who am I supposed to talk to? And then think out loud. Think out loud. If you're playing Tomb Raider and you get to a spot and you're trying to figure out a puzzle, think out loud. It's like, this fucking rock right here. Do I move this? Like, think out loud. Whatever's going on in your brain, say it. You know
Right.
what? Quiet time. And I think if you do, like I said, just little simple things that I trained myself to do, looking at the chat once every 5 seconds, that's second nature to me now. Like, I will be in the middle of a firefight and I'll be like, look over and make sure that I'm all caught up. But yeah, it's you do these little things over and over, and you just, like I said, I remind people all the time that we all start in the exact same pool. We all start out with 0. We all start out building, and you know, it takes time. Like I don't know about you, Hammer, but I can only imagine how long you've invested building your community. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and I think a lot of people, I say it all the time. I think the first 100 family members, followers, whatever you want to call it, I think that's the hardest. I cannot tell you how many people gave up in between 0 to 100 because they realized it's not just something that's given to them on a silver platter. You got to work for this. And yeah, this stream game is not easy.
I can't remember. There's some. I remember reading the analytic piece for it, but it was like if you're over 1,000 followers, family members, to whatever you refer them, if you've hit that marker, it's like you're already in the top 1% of, you know, streamers or something like that. Or, you know, content creators. You know, if you can hit that marker, chances are you're better than the majority of people that exist out there. And it was, I think it was actually technically slightly less than 1,000, but it was just based off of viewership and the broad number of people who've technically hit the go live button, you know, who've smashed it, who've said, you know what, maybe I'm just going to try this. And so, like, I think people need to, you know, almost double check that to have faith in themselves. But I would definitely agree that, you know, not having quiet times definitely important. It's one of the most important pieces, and that, you know, the confidence in yourself and the confidence in being who you are is one of the most influential pieces that I would say that I've offered to people. Just be okay. Like, I don't mind being goofy. I don't mind saying whatever, as long as it's within the TOS. Like, we're good. Like, blow it up.
Yep.
But I think in that aspect, like, not staying quiet is just as important for viewers out there. So like I would have to ask, does anyone have any questions for Insane that might get him talking? Do you think it would be a good idea to have friends around when you're streaming?
I was waiting on questions.
So you can have something going on. And how long have you been streaming?
Wait, say what? What was the last part?
Do you think it would be a good idea to have friends around when you're streaming so you can have something going on? And how long have you been streaming in total? That's what we've got so far.
I've been building the brand now for 7 years. It became official in 2014, but it started coming together in 2013. Yeah, it's been streaming about 7 years now, off and on. I've been full-time on Mixer for about a year now. I used to be an events coordinator at a group home for kids with special needs. I did that for about 5 years. And once we had some clients that graduated, they weren't, they couldn't keep me on anymore. So I came and I did this full time. So I've been doing it full time now for about a year. But yeah, having friends around to carry on, the conversation. Yeah, it's awesome. Me and my buddy Pew Pew, whenever I first moved out here, some of the best times we've ever had broadcasting was me and him literally had 2 cameras hooked up. So 1 camera on him, 1 camera on me, and we would sit next to each other and we would, we would game. And man, it was such a blast. Like still to this day, we talk about those times because it was just, man, it was so epic. But yeah, having friends there, to ask questions and keep the ball rolling is, man, that's vital. Like that's why I always say when you get those diehard family members, the people that are there every time you stream, make sure that you are catering to those people that that they know how much them being there means to you. Like, yeah, you gotta stress that, because just having one person there, like having when I used to have just Wookie or Pew Pew or whoever it was at that time, just one person being there carry on a conversation with you is a freaking game changer. So yeah, definitely having people there is it's a great big help for sure.
So Chicken had asked, does schedule determine viewership, or did you decide stream schedule, or what's the best way for you to suit your audience that you're trying to target?
Schedule is vital. Schedule, I believe, is vital to success. Even if you only have, let's say, the best you can do is 1 day a week where for sure, no matter what, come that day, let's just say that it's Friday, that you can be live every Friday at 6 p.m. That's a start, because people, that enjoy your content, they will literally every Friday or whatever, they'll be like, so-and-so's going on, like I'm gonna be there. They get a feel. It's almost like watching your favorite, sitcom or whatever on TV. Like, what time it comes on. And yeah, having that schedule is essential for growth. I got my schedule, and yeah, you got to know your demographic. Like, are you going towards, night owls? Are you going towards day people? Because during the day, you catch that UK crowd.
Day man?
The day man. Fighter of the night man. But yeah, like you get when you get a good schedule going, it opens up, your audience. Like I said, if you're doing it during the day, you get those UK people, which that's why I have a Friday. Fridays are our day stream. I stream all day during Fridays, and we get a lot of our UK people in there. But mostly I go live at about 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time when I do have my set days. And the reason is I tailored my schedule around my wife and my son. She works full time, and she gets off work at 6 o'clock. So I usually go live at 6, because that's when she's getting off, can come home and be with Lyric, and I watch Lyric all day. So yeah, having a schedule though is absolutely essential to growth for sure.
So Deputy already got his question pretty much just answered, conveniently enough. Antoine had asked, if something horrific was to happen where you couldn't stream anymore, what are you doing, or what have you done to future-proof AOD, to future-proof your stream content?
Well, like I said, I made sure that's another reason that I wasn't so focused on partner, because I feel like a lot of people base success of their channel around whether or not they get partnered. And I feel like that's a very dangerous game. Because just God forbid, let's say something happened to Mixer and they close the doors on it, and the only reason your channel was surviving is because you get channel 1 host or whatever the partner perks are that get you those views, and that's how you relied on having a high amount of viewers or whatever, and you don't focus on your community, then yeah, that's terrifying. If anything were to happen, let's just say with Mixer, I honest to God, I wouldn't be worried at all, because our community is so strong, and like I said, we're a family. So we go in there and we say, hey, everybody, we're packing up, moving shop, we're going to the purple spot. Everybody would just pack up and go. It'd be business as usual, but just on a different platform. And I worked very hard to make it that way, because like you said, I don't want success of the family, AOD, or anything like that to be dependent upon whether or not somebody gets partnered. So we focus on our community and make sure that we have a solid community. That way, if anything ever happens, we're good to go. We can take the family anywhere that we want to go, and we're going to be just fine. So yeah, we're pretty locked in. I think we're good no matter what.
Is AOD multi-platform? I
encourage, of course, we got people that restream all the time to Twitch. Nymph streams over there. You use Restream, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I mean, we support everywhere that we can. Not many people have a Twitch account, because some people only know Mixer.
Yep.
So it's a lot smaller in the support over there, and that's just out of because people, they're not there frequently. It's not where they go. So the support there is not as much as it would be as if you're on Mixer. But that's just because that's where we're primarily at. But as far as multi-platform, absolutely, I wouldn't mind if you streamed on D Live. Like I don't care where you are. If I support if I support your content, I want to be there to help you out. So yeah, for sure.
D Live's a pretty interesting one. We kind of talk about it as a rolling joke. Antoine said their second most viewed game happens to be PUBG Mobile, a mobile game. Yeah, exactly. That's the face that I made when I first saw that exact face. I was like, so let me get this straight. Not a battle royale. Well, sorry, technically a battle royale, but not like, full-fledged PC or console or anything. A mobile game. And it's consistently that way. It's like, that's their second top game.
Brian, you stream mobile. I don't even know how you stream a mobile game.
I mean, so you could run it off of just, for personal preference or, description. You could technically run it off of a tablet and then stream that from an HDMI to a capture card. Or you could run an emulator like, BlueStacks or something like that. And then run that off of a computer. I mean, tons of different ways. If you were interested in getting into...
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't D Live like a crypto based?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's not hyper successful, and like the economical system is kind of weird getting into. We found out someone was very upset that they gave us a penny, and we didn't respond highly to that. They were like, "Why you got to down talk?" Oh, there goes all of my streaming equipment. Thanks, Vega. But Shep. But no, yes. So like he came in, dropped a penny, and was like, "Bro, I don't know why you're not hyped up about this." And I was like, "I mean, look, we love any donation. We encourage any donation, but I mean, it's a penny. Let's be real. I appreciate it. Thank you, but it's not $100. And I love the support, but let's not overplay a penny here. Like, I'll go outside and pick one up off the street if I'm really hurting that much.
I'll pay you back if you need.
Yeah, and that's actually, I think what I said. I was like, man, I'll give you 5 pennies or whatever it is. We're happy to help out however we can. If you really need them, man, we'll send some your way.
It's weird though, man. My buddy on Twitch, I was part of EGM with him. His name's LT Zonda.
Oh man, one letter away.
He legit, he left. He had 400,000 followers and partnered with Twitch, and he canceled his partnership with Twitch to go over to D Live.
Antoine, can you get a shout out, by the way, to all right, I'm just so distracted by the cat who's trying to destroy my Philips Hue bulbs. Can we get a shout out for Insane so we can thank you. You can just click on that, Techno, and follow AOD Insane. That's the easiest way that you can follow him over here, and then it'll just show up in your live feeds.
I appreciate that, by the way. Welcome to the Famalam.
Sorry, I apologize, everyone. They're trying to obliterate all of my stuff out here. But no, yeah, it's interesting. I think that there's always opportunities for any different platform to succeed, and especially with, you know, creators who are willing to drive it. So like a lot of people blame their success on, you know, the exposure of you know, a content creation platform like Mixer or Twitch or DLive or literally name any of them. I don't care. You know, it's your business. It's your business to run, and you can put yourself out there if you invest the time.
Oh yeah.
But as you said, if your partnership or your success is what hinges on, you know, your ability to grow, then you're never going to grow. You're never going to succeed because, you know, once that's taken away from you, you don't. There are no more tools in your belt.
Exactly.
Now, I still think that, you know, that there's a little bit of, you know, me personally, that there's definitely something to say about exposure and the luck of exposure possibly hinging on your success, that sometimes you just have to be in the right place, right time, streaming at the right time, and all of a sudden you go from nothing to everything, and then now you're succeeding. But you have to be present, set up, available, with the doors open, the business is ready to run, the lights are on, and you have staff in that building for the moment that happens. And if you're not ready to succeed when it occurs, then there's no way for you to win, because you never know who's watching.
Yep. And like I said, you just said it happens in a split second. You know, you never know who can come into your channel.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I've had literally, there was a vape shop out here, one of the largest vape shops. They happened to come across my channel. And when I mentioned that I was in Utah, they were like, yo, where? And I told them, we're not far away from each other. They're sitting there talking about, you know, partnering up with Burley Brothers to sell the product in there. And, you know, they play me on their TVs and stuff all the time. Like, and that happened because I had my ass in the seat putting in that work. If I wouldn't have been, then the opportunity would never came. So the only way that those opportunities are ever going to arise is if you put in the time and the effort.
Absolutely.
You know, so yeah, I always say it. Streaming is one of those things that you get out of it what you put into it.
Right.
And nobody's going to push your brand harder than you are. So it always falls down on you. Is like, how bad do you want this? What do you want out of it? Like, it all boils down to you and what it is that you're trying to accomplish and how serious you are in accomplishing that goal.
Absolutely. Which, thank you guys for follow, support, hosting. I don't like to interrupt our interview stuff, so I apologize. But yeah, does anyone else have any questions to ask Insane?
You can ask anything.
Anyone else?
Oh, I think Antoine said, he said, by the way, Insane, I think we have the same penis mod. That's because great minds think alike, sir. Great minds think alike.
Do you know any 40+ women that stream? Yes. Yeah, yes. Yeah, there are plenty. From no joke, Twitch or Mixer. Honestly, it's not an, oh God, what did you just break? It's not about
your attack, man.
It's not about age. It's not about anything. It's just about the confidence of knowing you can create quality content and build it. And again, it's community driven. If you invest the time into the relationships that you're having with fellow people, fellow, you know, viewers, fellow streamers, fellow whatever, and you work to build those relationships like you would just having a relationship outside of streaming, then people are going to want to be your friend. Take streaming out of the conversation and view it like it's a normal conversation. And it's the same as any other circumstance.
Yep.
Just remove that from the phrase. Just get rid of streaming. Just blank that out. But that's my, yeah, the cats are up to something, but that's my personal opinion. I would say, like, if you want to stream Techno Diva, there are people out there who are capable of helping you, offer advice. And
hey,
I'm
I encourage, join that Discord. Join that Discord. We're here to help. I believe anybody can do it, man. Anybody can do it. If you got good content, you got good content regardless of your age.
So Insane, you know, question for you. Do you have any advice for variety streamers?
My number one, regardless of whatever it is that you play, make sure that you're playing something that you want to play. If you're playing something that you hate under the assumption that it's going to get you views, don't do that. Like, if you're forcing yourself to play a game that you hate, let's just say Call of Duty, for example. You hate Call of Duty, you get wrecked at it, you get angry at it because you're getting wrecked. If you don't have a good time playing that game, do not play that game. Just don't, because people can see when you're not having a good time. You can't be yourself, you can't be uppity, you can't be happy because you're fucking miserable playing a game. But yeah, for variety stream, yeah, play something that you enjoy. Play something that you enjoy. And I used to, like, literally, I would go around before I started streaming, and I would scout games that had just the right amount of viewership for me to get in there and you know, extrapolate my growth. I would look, like, for example, when I would hold 10 to 15 viewers, I would go and I would find a game where the top broadcaster had like 30 people at most, because I knew when I went live I'd have 15 people in there, and that would put me in one of the, you know, top bracket for that game, thus creating more traffic. Because most people come in, and when they look for a stream to watch, most people look in that top 10. It's very rare that people will scroll down to the bottom to find that gem, you know, that diamond in the rough. So yeah, I would strategically pick games, especially if you're trying to grow your channel. Know where you sit viewer wise, and then go and pick a game that has, you know, that type of viewership. And yeah, I would get up in there. But yeah, for sure, if you're not playing a game that you're not enjoying, just don't even do it, because it's gonna shine through and people are gonna see that.
And I mean, I would personally agree. You know, you have to know that aspect of the business, but you also have to focus on the fact that people aren't there for the game if they're leaving, and you have to know that. So your focus has to always be chat as number one, relationships as number one, and how do I drive a relationship outside of just the streaming? Because if they're coming back for you and nothing else. They'll watch you no matter what you're playing, even if you are having a bad time, because they like you, they know you.
Exactly. If you have people that come to your channel and only come to your channel because you play Call of Duty or something like that, that's sketchy, because the second you go to play something else, that person's gonna go, "Why aren't you playing Call of Duty?" And then they're out of it, you know. And I've had that happen more than a few times.
Yeah.
Also. But yeah, that's just like my man Hammer said. Make sure that it comes down to your community first, because if you got the community there and you have the backing and support and your family members, then it doesn't matter what game you can play. You can go play Hello Kitty Island Adventure, and people are gonna be there because it's you, you know, not because they're playing.
Well, and if you have the capability to make it fun, make it quirky, you know, twist it into something that even may have been a bad experience, but you make it interesting and fun, then again, you're the content creator, you're the captain of the ship, as it were. You drive and steer the direction of that entire conversation piece as an influencer, and that's why they call them influencers, because you can twist or bend shape an entire bad view and make it a good one. You can take a horrible game and at least make it fun and say, you know what, this is bad, but we're still going to enjoy it somehow.
Oh yeah.
So it's I don't mean to sound negative by saying the word twist, but it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to view and change the way that you view a situation, and it's great for personal growth.
Oh yeah. Every obstacle is an opportunity.
Yep.
Every obstacle is an opportunity. And as long as you got that mindset, you're going to be just fine. Like, anytime something bad happens to you, that's just a chance to overcome it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, beat it, be stronger, be better than you were before. So, yeah, those struggles are going to come. It's always going to happen, especially like in the streaming world, because you know as well as I do, man, something can go wrong, and one little thing go wrong and throw off your entire stream. You know,
absolutely.
If a fan goes out or something like that, you had a commission or something. But yeah, man, just having that community and stuff, building those relationships. As long as you're doing that, you'll be all right. Any obstacle that pops up, you'll be able to beat it.
What do you have to say to people who build a brand around a negative image?
Do we have an example?
Sure, Dr. Disrespect.
Now, you see, I think Dr. Disrespect, he's a whole persona, you know.
Right.
He puts big, he puts on the costume. I don't believe that he's anything like he is. Now, if we were to talk about somebody like Keemstar, I think Keemstar is kind of a turd. and I think
Well,
he embraces that.
no,
You know,
no,
like,
but so like, you know, Dr. Disrespect is a different person, but he's building a brand around the negativity as an image.
honest to God, I think that can only fly on Twitch. I think that if somebody like that were to come over here to Mixer, I don't think that their channel would flourish.
Yeah.
I don't believe that it would.
I think that would be accurate. I think that we're a much more community driven platform. And if you don't focus on that aspect of Mixer, I think you're destined to fail. Personally, I would agree with you.
I agree too. Because like I said, it's just the community. It's the way we are over here. The people that come in with a bunch of negativity, they don't last long. Because like we were saying, it's who wants to hang around somebody who's negative? Like, I don't want to be friends with somebody who's sitting there cutting me down or telling me that I suck at a game or something like that, or, you know, I can only come play with them if I donate $100 or whatever it is. Like, I just don't understand wanting to hang around that. And I'm gonna tell you right now, there's multiple channels over on Twitch that survive on just that. Caseytron, Caseytron. I don't know if y'all have ever been. My God, it literally, like, people will donate to her in the message, and in the message in the $1.50 dono says "kill yourself, bitch," you know, something like that. And that's what her channel is. Like, she embraces it, and it's her shtick. But I don't believe that channels like that would survive over here in Mixer. I just don't. Because do you know anybody that has a channel like that over here?
No, not negativity. I mean, I've seen some small streams that I've gone in on and have just been bad experiences.
Right.
But
I think we've all had those, but again,
but you know, like I don't expect them to explode either, because again, as you stated, I don't think that that's the environment that you're going to find over here. And while it may work on Twitch, you know, there are some cases that definitely have seen great success off of that entire idea. I don't know. I don't think you're ever going to see that blowing up as a category in Mixer, because I think they have a different way that they see professionalism.
Absolutely.
And I still think personally that while I don't hinge on the success or the necessity of being a partner on Mixer, I think that there's validity in the statement that I am, you know, for the point of seeking a company, for the point of seeking business relationships and opportunity through those, as a backed content creator, you know, with the blessing, as it were, of Mixer, you see a lot more opportunities.
Absolutely.
And it's not a necessity. You can still create a growing business. You can still create a thriving community. You can still, you know, focus on that as a content creator without the necessity of having a check mark next to your name. But it definitely helps on the resume, as it were.
Oh yeah. And like I said, ultimately it is the goal. Obviously I would love to be partnering with Mixer because, you know, I feel like AOD brings a lot to the table, and if we can get that out to more people, obviously that's a massive bonus. So it is for sure a goal. It's just right now, like I said, we're riding such momentum, and we're firing on all cylinders. So right now, me personally, you know, it's just like I don't want to get denied, and then it like suck the wind out of my sails, you know. So like you said, man, we're just building a beautiful thing, and nothing's gonna stop that. Not partnership, not denials, none of that, man. So
what's the next collab that you see in the future for Hammer and Insane?
For what?
For Hammer and Insane.
Oh, bro, we're making beautiful music. What are you talking about? We are making
like Apex games, or what are we talking? Because I go full sweats. I don't know if you want me, you know.
Bruh, come on, Apex is my jam. I may not take it, you know, like if we lose, I'm not gonna take it to heart, but at the same time, I'd like to get that dub. Like, so
I feel it.
I'm down like James Brown with a shot of Crown, bro. You let me know.
Magnificent and I were talking. So she was my girlfriend. Magnificent and I were talking about the fact that like it's like not a promotional thing, but that I need to have a regular crew in Apex, because I run with randoms all the time, and like, dude, they drop out. I mean, hey, if we could get Psycho on here, like, whew, I'm down with that. I would love to pick his brain. I got some questions for him, but
down. And I know Psycho would absolutely do it. He's incredible. He's such a nice and humble dude. He would more than do it, man.
Well, we might have to shoot him a message and see what we can line up. I know she was saying, like, you know, with randoms that they just drop out, they kill me. Like, some of those mental plays that they make, it's like they turn it into this whole Call of Duty, let's just rush everything and bash my head against the wall and see what happens. And I'm like, no man, like, let's get the height, let's get the tactical advantage, let's see if we can get like Caustic to swing around right flank and set up for an ambush and draw them back in, fake a firefight, get the third party fighting each other, you know, like, it's just everything's everything's a chess play to me when it comes to Apex, because that's the only game I feel like I get serious with.
Yes.
But as a COD player, that mindset was so hard to break out of. Yeah, no, and Apex is too fast. Like,
So
I know that's contradictory to say, because when you think of Call of Duty, you think of fast gameplay. But like, time to kill in Apex is.
If you think of Warzone in comparison to Apex.
Yeah.
No, it's like when I try to play Warzone, I feel like my character's stuck in slow motion.
Yeah.
They do a slide, but it's like a brisk run and then you take a knee.
Yeah.
Like, can't even consider it sliding. Like.
I brought that up. I think one of the like second or third days that I was streaming Warzone, that I was going downhill and I started sliding. And like, your character stops after 3 feet. I'm like, all right, like, I get the direction that they're trying to go with this tactically, but that just does not make sense in the raw sense of physics. Like, it just does not work. There's like a 60% grade. Right. Like, dude, if my guy's not tripping, he is going. Like, he is busting a move.
He's out of there.
I mean, I get it though. Like, you know, when a guy's like on a flat plane and you're sliding, yeah, it's definitely not like Apex where my guy slides like 12 feet, which just
one of my favorite things.
It just definitely does not make sense in the sense of physics. Like, I get where Modern Warfare is going with that. Like, I slide like 3 feet and I'm dragging. And I'm like, okay, all right, yeah, that's realistic. But on the flip side, you can't do anything else.
Like, realism. I'm trying to get out there and slide down. I want to go down a hill at 100 miles. Jump off, fall damage. Like, that's what I'm trying to do.
Well, and I think we get used to those games. So, you know, it's one of those things. I miss Apex. I miss going back to stream Apex. But, man, I'm still trying to do that Predator grind. And I always end up getting to Diamond. And then
I'm a hefty bronze. I don't ever play.
Okay, all right.
I don't ever play ranked. I need a team before I'm confident in ranked.
Well, it's a swap, and so I made a post about it the other night that, like, Dexter Toe, they posted an article about how in ranked everything's focused around survival, which I think should be the case personally. That, you know, the ultimate goal of winning a battle royale is to be the last one alive, so that should be your greatest reward. But it also doesn't push the narrative that, you know, having a skill level is as important as just staying alive. And I think that there's that balance there that they need a little bit of tweaking in order to make that a really, really attractive ranked system. But I think Apex still offers a lot. It still offers a lot in the sense that, you know, you do have to focus on that. You do have to watch your play style, and you can't just run around just shooting people. You have to wait for opportunities and make opportunities.
Unless you're not trying to win. If you're just trying to go out there and get a couple kills, then yeah, I mean, I could brush
And
it.
casual's available. You know, normal queues is out there.
Exactly. Yeah, we were playing yesterday, and kid we were playing with, like, we had 4 squads left, and he would see him off in the distance. He's like, I got a squad. He makes a beeline towards him. I'm like, come on, man, like, let him fight it out with somebody else, and we'll go pick him off. Like, I'm trying to get this win in here. So he goes over there and dies, and sitting there pinging his thing over and over. No, I'm trying to get that dub, man. I'm not going over there.
Yeah, it's back and forth. Like, I definitely get aggravated at the I would call them more asinine plays that just don't get to me. I can't figure them out, and I don't make sense of them. But I don't know. Like, I played Halo professionally.
Hold on me.
I definitely have a competitive sense in there. It's just I've kind of buried that somewhere back in time, because it's been 15 years now.
Since you're a Halo player, sir, you would be the only one. I've always brought this kid up because he's one of the first people that got me into, like, wanting to commit. Before there was Zergriz, there was T Squared. Do you remember T Squared?
I don't.
bruh, he was a legend, dude. Like him with the sniper rifle on Halo would just annihilate.
Sniper rifles in the competitive circuit were pretty rare. Just because most of the MLG map rotation was all short range combat. Blood Gulch was hardly ever even in there. Hang'em High was really the only large map.
I think he just did like trick shots and stuff, but the dude was a savage. So I had to say a few nukes everywhere.
No, I mean that
15 years ago.
Halo 1. Yeah, so like that's all I ever played. We started getting into Halo 2, and then everything started to get crazy. SMGs popped up, swords popped up, and it was like, it was so like my whole world was 3-shot pistols, just everything. That was it. That was all you focused on. If you could not 3-shot, you weren't a pro, and that was just that was the argument.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Oh no, I was really good with an assault rifle." I'm like, "Yeah, but you didn't play pro with that." And they're like, "No, I was really good though." I'm like, "No, that's not." Like, trust me, that's not a thing. And and that's exactly the point. Antoine is like, I run pistol as a priority in most games because I know how to handle a pistol. It's just like, no. Just watch this. 150 meters. I'll figure it out. Just give me a second. I got this.
I got it. Bullet drop. I'll account for it. That's awesome.
But I don't know. That's always been something on the back end that pistols have been my focus, and it's just because that's how I was brought up. That's your weapon. That you spawn with it, and it's your most effective tool. Use it. It's an extension of your skill. Right. So I don't know. It's Halo back then was different. It's changed a lot. And I always wanted to get into Modern Warfare. Actually, the guy that I played pros with, he got into Modern Warfare professionally and did a couple tournaments. I think he was 2007, 2008 in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 1. But it's different. I mean, professional gaming has incredibly changed.
Oh yeah, tenfold. And it's just gotten to, I mean, esports blowing up, man.
Yeah.
Make straight careers out of those tournaments, man. It's wild.
Well, and back then you were still, I mean, for lack of a better term, you were still a nerd. You were still like, no one wanted to talk to you. No one thought that was a viable career. You're like, but dude, we're paying for like $100,000, and you're like, no, but why not get a real sport, like a sport? And now it's just interesting to see that complete turnaround. That it's a career, it's a choice, it's a school team, like this is a dinner table conversation anymore, whereas before it was something entirely different. So I think it's fun to see. I think it's fun to see the progress of gaming, progress of streaming really just kind of take off and change everything, every way that we look at the world.
Yeah, to think about, I mean, and now with this whole quarantine thing going on, you might as well look at streaming as the fucking Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we are the front line of entertainment right now, because people, they're flying through the Netflix and everything, and Hulu. We're running out of stuff to watch, so here we are providing new content daily.
Right. Well, and I made the point yesterday that Mixer, when I was looking at just overall viewership, it's the most views that I've ever seen on the platform ever, like concurrently. Back when I first started, which was about a year and a half ago, you'd look on there and you'd see maybe 5,000 people looking at it, maybe 5,000. And nowadays I look at the top categories and you're looking at 20 grand just off the first row. And then, of course, following up all after. And so, like, I'm interested to see what Q2 looks like. And everyone's going to say, mark my words, everyone is going to say that, oh, the only reason that Mixer saw the growth that they did is because of the Rona. That the virus pushed everyone indoors, and Mixer's still a failing business, and it's still a failing category in the world of streaming. And the only reason it's seeing any level of success is simply because of people being stuck inside, which I don't see it. Like, I think it's a media narrative that they're pushing to say that Mixer isn't the place to be. But as you said, the world is so small in a sense that it actually creates a more fluid sense of community, that you can go from one door to the next, from one location, house, stream, community to the next, and say, I still have a friend here.
Yep.
And so I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful that you can find that somewhere, and it's like everyone's just having a party all the time and everyone knows everyone.
Right? It's like a 24-hour block party.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun, and I think that Mixer's starting to see, as Andrew brought up and as Antoine brought up, I think that Mixer's going to start seeing a level of growth from that, because you have a couple of people who have just discovered it, and it's all word of mouth. Like, community is at the heart of growth, in the sense that if one person's willing to bring it up, you blow up.
Right? Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more, man.
But
It's
yeah,
all about that right timing. All about that right timing. And the only way you're gonna hit that moment is if you're putting in that work.
right.
Yo.
Well, I mean, I think this has been fantastic. I don't know if anyone else has any last questions, but this is a point where we would normally wrap up and then transition to community games. I don't know if anyone has any preferences, but we were open to Jackbox and Paladins just to make sure everyone can get involved, depending on what people want to play. So I'd also love to hear what people have an interest in. I know it's Easter. I know it's crazy. People have stuff to do. Guys, thank you. I know people have stuff to do. So if you need to get back to your families, more than happy. Do your thing, because family always comes first.
Hey man, I'm about to hide me some Easter eggs around the apartment, and, around the basement. I'm gonna have a little man going hunt them.
Well, that's good to hear, Andrew.
Him's first little Easter.
Well, that's awesome too.
Right.
Those first experiences are always great, and you know, it's killer that that you can live that moment, that you can still prioritize that moment, and know that you can. I don't know. I feel like it's you know, when you're working your dream job, when you're working your dream career, and you've got the motivation, like, it's just like, instead of it being like a vacation to go home and just to spend time, like your stress relief, like, it's just happiness both ends of the spectrum, that you're happy to go back to work and you're happy to go back home, because you always know you've got something to look forward to.
Blessings on blessings on blessings, man.
Right?
Yo.
Right. Awesome. Well, yeah, anyone else have any questions? Last things?
Bro, by the way, man, thank you so much for doing this.
Absolutely.
Like, thank you so much, dude. Like, it's awesome what you do with these interviews, like bringing you know, dope content creators, not me, but you know, so many awesome people, you know, to the forefront and bringing them to a new audience, man. And GG's, man, GG.
Well, I can't thank everyone else like enough. Like, I'm happy that people are willing to, again, take the time, that people are willing to invest and reach out. You know, obviously we have a couple people out there we've tried to talk to, tried to bring on the show, and they just, you know, like, I'm a nobody. Like, all right, like, I get it. But you know, when you're just trying to do the whole business thing, you know how it is.
I know.
You're like, look, let me just do this. Like, let me do this, because I want to actually know. I want to actually have questions. I don't care about the clout. I don't care about any recognition. I'm not in it for that. I just want to know.
Love that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun doing these, and to anyone who misses, if you know anyone who would love to see this and didn't get the opportunity to, usually takes us a couple of days, but we post everything up on YouTube. So it's all going to end up back there. Feel free, check it out, tell someone about it. You know, if you want to go back, you missed part of it, check it out. It'll be there. But yeah. So what we'll end up doing, we're gonna transition. I'm gonna take a break, and then we'll come back and we'll find out what everyone wants to play. You guys can think about it, and if you got stuff to do, we'll be here. But yeah, dude, insane. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I greatly appreciate it. You've been fantastic.
Bring it in. Beard hug.
And highly. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh geez. How long have you been growing that? Oh.
I've been growing my beard, like, not touching it, letting it just do its thing, for about like 8-9 months now. When I was working at the group home, I kept it shorter, but now since I'm doing streaming full time, I can let that bad boy just go.
Legacy, man. It's all about how you weave the questions.
Right? Oh, man.
I appreciate that, by the way, Diva. Oh, no, thank you. Always, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
But very insightful. To anyone else who has any questions, you can always feel free. Insane's a great person to reach out to if you need advice, if you need direction.
And hit me up on
him.
Instagram, Discord, anywhere you can find me, hit me up. You go to Google, you Google AOD Insane, you're going to find me on everything. So, yeah.
Every which way.
Every which way. I don't care how you reach out, just reach out.
There you go. And same thing, obviously, if anyone has any questions, I can always direct you to names, to people, and, you know, great communities that you can just find out what you got to do, which way you got to head, and make it happen.
Amen.
Thank you, man. It's been fantastic, and yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
No, I appreciate the time. You enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your Easter.
Happy Easter to you, my good sir. Happy Easter, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. Y'all be sure to support this man. Show him infinite amounts of love because he's one of the good ones. One of the good ones.
And normal. Let me. There we go. There he is. There he is in chat. For anyone who doesn't know how, you can always feel free. Click that beautiful little link over there. Drop that name a little heart. Highlight that little follow section. Show him some support. You stream 5 days a week?
Yeah, usually 6 days if I can. But
Boom,
yeah,
there you go.
Sure.
Oh yeah, my bot's not working. That's why. I shut it down so that way people couldn't flash me lights. But no, yeah, I'll get a shout out up as soon as we go back to the BRB screen. But it's been fantastic having you. Stay safe. Everyone stay safe out there. Stay loved, stay blessed. It's been awesome. Insane.
Appreciate
Have a great day.
brother.
No, appreciate
Love
you.
you.
No,
Love
you.
you.
No, you.
I appreciate
All right.
you, man.
All right,
Y'all have a
man.
good one.
All right, I'll see you. All right, guys. It's been awesome. I appreciate you guys all being here. It's been an absolutely fantastic time, and we're gonna take a short break, like I said. We'll be back very, very shortly. No, not a problem at all, Techno Diva. Happy you could make it, and happy everyone could make it, and take some time out of their day, and just sit back and enjoy themselves. Enjoy some questions, enjoy some answers, get a little direction if you needed it for streaming, and it's been awesome. So, like I said, we're gonna be AFK just for a little bit. I'm gonna take a quick break, grab some more coffee, and we'll get back to some games, and then you guys can decide if we want to play Jackbox or if we want to play Paladins. Whatever we're up to, we're here. That's what we're all about, making sure everyone gets an opportunity, making sure everyone feels involved, because it's a great day. But yeah, we'll be back shortly. Feel free, get yourself some water. No, you're the man. Oh yeah, I gotta get that shout out here. Let me pop that back up here. There we go. You can click on his name too in chat if you guys haven't already. Feel free. Drop Insane a beautiful follow. You dwellers out there, you guys know how we do it. Show everyone the love all the time, every day, because if you don't, then you're not doing it right, because you never know who needs it. That's what we're supposed to do. As human beings, we're supposed to take the time that we have to make sure everyone's having a great day. So throw them some love, throw them a beautiful little heart, fill it up there, and stop by sometime, help them out. Help make everybody's dreams come true, and support the community. Be part of the family, as he was saying. It's not about followers, it's about family members that we care about. So great. It's been awesome. I'll be back shortly. Get some music up for you. We'll get that ball rolling as soon as we get back. Popping it off. Enjoy. All right. Hello. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for these beautiful hosts, Punk, Rock, and Rebel Dog. No. I mean, maybe. But welcome back to our beautifully hype section of the day. Everyone here is always bringing the full hype after a massively awesome interview with AOD Insane. I can't thank everyone enough. You guys are all something else.